Let's get it started. Welcome everybody to the 4th annual Flock Talk. 2G1A Flock Talk. Today I got the lovely flock of people. We got 22 people ready to speak and share their feedback. Plus shout out to the 27 people currently watching on YouTube right now. I have my lovely, lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
And we are featured by our wonderful, wonderful Cinderoni, aka 2G1A Cinder.
Yokozo.
Hey. All right, let's get it started. Today, first subject is gonna be, y'all won't talk about the reunion. We gonna talk about the reunion. All right. First things first, I'm gonna just start off with a general question. How did you guys feel about the reunion? If you got something to say, go ahead and start raising your hands now. How did you feel about the reunion as a whole? Don't talk about a specific part, just talk about how you felt about the reunion. That's it.
To start off, I think the reunion was pretty interesting. It was generally a nice get together, not some nice callbacks.
Yep.
I don't think none of it was too crazy. It did get a little bit interesting, but I like it.
Okay.
We actually see the other ones.
Yeah, the other ones was. We're inviting everybody up to speak. All right. Inviting everybody up to speak.
Hello?
Meech ain't got the hat this time. What's up? What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Not
What's
much. Cincy,
right.
Queen of the Queen City. What's up with y'all?
What's up, man? Shout out to
What's
Queen
going
City,
on?
man.
What's
Shout
going
out.
on, brother?
Let's start it off.
God is
Sir,
good.
yes. The reunion was okay. I'm gonna give my thoughts later, but it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Meech, since you already got your cam on, go ahead, Meech. How was the reunion to you? You got 2 minutes, boss man.
I got 2 minutes. Oh, it was great. Straight to the point. BM stood on business. I like that. Overall, it was great. Everybody stood on business, so I don't have no complaints. It was one of the best reunions. But
Okay.
I just like the fact that BM, that he was protecting his platform, him and his wife, of course, platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Monet, you up next. How did you feel about the reunion?
Well, I will say that reunion, in my honest opinion, it was kind of unnecessary. I say the casting was unnecessary.
Okay.
Like, yeah, there was a decent portion of them that had their viral moments that definitely should have been talked about at the reunion. But the cast list that was there, I kind of wish she would have brought on some other people. I felt like that, like if she would have did that, the reunion would have been a little more spicier, I guess.
Okay. All right. Too Cold. How'd you feel about the reunion, boss man?
It was alright. It was a lot of talking there on that one. Like, oh girl,
Go say what you really feel, Too Cold. Come on, man. Don't hold back on it.
Yeah, you got to do a little better than that. You got to look.
Just get it off your chest,
You
man.
want me to get gangster? Like,
No, I
mask
mean,
off.
hey, this is a Christian channel. This is a Christian channel.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
we-
Yeah,
hey,
Christian.
All right, keep it Christian. All right,
Hey,
hold on.
Yeah, ain't no Mozzie's on here. Oh, my bad.
You know what I'm talking.
No Diddy.
Hey, so
I
Too
did.
Cold. Go ahead, man.
How did the stripper seem like the best one out of all of them? Like,
Now we talking. You being serious?
it don't make no sense.
Okay. All right.
That's a real question right there.
Duty Mac. How did you feel about the reunion, boss man? He ain't got his mic together. It's all good. We'll come back to you.
Hey, Kites.
What's
So
up,
we
man?
just saying the general. You saying the general overall, right? You're not
just
going
how
to
you felt
details.
about it.
overall how you felt about it in general.
Okay.
That's all we asking. We're not getting to the topics yet. The topic's about to start
Hey,
after this.
Okay, I forgot to mention. Thank you for letting me be on your platform. Thank you.
Oh, bro, hey, everybody welcome, bro. If we eat, everybody eat, man. That's how we do it out here. Poetical, if you got something to say about the reunion, go ahead until Duty fixes his mic.
Okay, what's up to everybody? About the reunion. First of all, I kind of don't understand why they made the lady in the pink dress. I believe her name is Isha, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she was kind of like the spokesperson for that group of women, and it's just like her level of accountability and stuff was just like it was absent. I don't know. She like then she got to talking about she wanted the dudes to defend them, and it's like, well, they didn't really know y'all like that. It was just weird. Like she just didn't want to be accountable for anything. She was kind of just making the argument in circles. You know, I think you know, other than that, I mean, I think overall it was cool. I think I feel like a lot of people wanted it to be more dramatic and stuff like that, or maybe they were looking for certain people to be on there that didn't show up. But I mean, overall, it was cool. It was cool.
Okay. Smiley, you up next, man. How'd you feel about the reunion?
All right, can y'all hear me perfectly?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for sure. What I felt about the reunion, I'll just point out. I agree. About Monet's point. I feel like the casting was kind of horrible, and not only that, like, do y'all I just want to point out this thing. In the last reunion, before this reunion, the stripper was like horrible in the last reunion, but the stripper in this reunion was like the star of the show. You see me? Y'all ever y'all noticed that?
Yes.
Correction, exotic dancer.
Oh yeah, exotic dancer. Exotic dancer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the one with the Baphomet on her foot. Yeah. She was kind of like horrible, and this one was like taking up for men. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, we gonna talk on that subject. Duty, is your mic fixed, boss man?
Okay.
Hey, but we're quick about. Oh, my bad.
Wait.
No, I was just gonna say one cast member. Oh.
All right. Duty, are you good?
Okay. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. I had my YouTube video playing at the same time. That's why it was like echoing. My bad. First and foremost, KiteZz, what's up, my brother? What's happening, man?
How you doing?
Hey, man. You know, I'm alive, man. I'm alive. It was snowing out here in Chicago, but you know, I'm alive.
Yes,
but to address
Town stand up.
Oh yeah. Best scene in the world, baby. But what was I getting ready to say? My thoughts about the reunion. It's interesting as always. Man, accountability, man. What's up out here, man? We can't take responsibility for what we say. We can't stand on what we stand on. We can't be wrong in opinion. Let me just say this real quick, because I know I only got 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You can have your opinion all day long.
Right.
Yeah. You can have your opinion. You can have your opinion all day long, right? Mm-hmm. Opinions can be wrong. Y'all do know that, right? I'm not saying this to y'all. I'm saying this like as general. You do know opinions can be wrong, right?
Yes.
So with that being the case, you should be mindful about how you perceive things and how you accept things. Now, again, you can do what you want. You can feel how you want. You can say all day long. That's fine. Do what you want to do. Just understand, just because you have an opinion, just because you have a certain perspective, does not mean that you're not wrong. Does not mean that there's not a consequence that follows.
Right.
And with half of this cast, and we all know who I'm talking about, half this cast, it's amazing how you've been shown the problem, how you were misaligning things, and you still decide to double down on your nonsense.
Quadruple
Like,
down.
it's amazing.
Quadruple. You got to clarify that.
Yeah, triple down. Yeah, triple down. Yeah, quadruple. You quadruple. You stood on. I mean, if that's what you're gonna stand on that. And I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna be quiet. The great Kevin Samuel said something.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not willing to, for lack of better words, go out here and actually do what's right to find a relationship, do yourself a favor. Buy a dog and die alone. Cause that's what's gonna happen to you. Like we keeping it real, we keeping it tall. Like that's what's gonna happen.
Nah,
and that
I
goes for
agree
both
with
men
him.
and women. That goes both men and women.
Okay. All right, Meech, finish it up. Go ahead and share your thing, and we gonna move on to the next section. Go ahead, bud.
I just want to know what cast people saying should have replaced. That's all I'm saying, because I just know that Hubert was asked to go. I was chiming in. Joel Eco, I forget the lady name, the short hair colored lady. Her live. Yes, thank you, Alex. And he was saying that he couldn't make the reunion, but I just want to know what type of dynamic of cast people wanted to be on here. That was my question.
I feel like there was
more anybody other than just everybody from episode 23.
Right. Episode
like
23
it was too
was
many
for
of them.
sure. They were for sure the standout cast, but I felt like they had too much attention and it overshadowed the fact that other stuff happened, and they basically did what everybody expected them to do, which was go back and forth about how, oh, well, we didn't do anything wrong. Everybody else is wrong about us. We didn't do it. You guys should have defended us. Why didn't you guys defend us? And it was regurgitating. It was the same stuff that we saw on the BM Talks to him, basically just put into a grand audience of, like, you feel me? 13 people.
Hey,
like we didn't need to see
you know how I looked at the reunion, and I looked at it like a movie, because if you notice how the first segment they started off with the other gentleman with the thing on his head and about the pretty women statement, and as time went on, you could see the battle of the sexes of topics start to come throughout the whole duration of the reunion, because that set the bar of how the reunion was gonna go. And I think somebody said Ish was like the ringleader. Yeah, she was. She was just, hey man.
She was the mouthpiece.
You know what? She probably watching. So I'm gonna say God bless. And
it don't matter.
Yeah, I just want to know.
It don't matter if they watching or not. At the end of the day, we are allowed as people. You are allowed to criticize what people do on the show.
I just don't want nobody to say I'm not protecting black women. So,
hey man.
Hey,
Time out. Hold on.
White flag.
Hold on, y'all. We said if y'all read the rules, we're not gonna have everybody talking over each other. We gotta keep it clean.
I'm bad.
All right.
No. I'm good, guys.
Okay.
I'm good. I chime in when it's needed. My bad.
We'll get to that topic later.
We about to start the next.
Thank you.
We about to start the next subject.
Okay.
We basically gonna start it off based off of the timestamps. So we will be moving everybody down, or if you can move yourself down, and then when the next topic stands up, we'll start dragging people up. If you guys know how to move yourself down, do it for us. You feel me? There you go. I'll move you down poetical just in case. All right. Let's get it started, y'all. Now that we got everybody's feelings and general feelings about the reunion out the way, let's read some of the chat a little bit. The girl in the curly hair on the end definitely didn't need to be there. A lot of people didn't like her. Ban episode 23 cast except for Tiffany and Jahiko. Everybody rock with them heavy. I'm surprised Aisha even came back on the reunion, considering she did not like how BM spoke to her on the podcast, which is very funny. But give somebody a platform and they'll gladly take it no matter how hard they hate people, right? So anyway, let's start off with the first segment that happened on the show.
One specific gentleman that was talked about quite a bit in episode 22. Let's go ahead and take a look to see who that was.
Provide something like what you do for a man first, because that's easy to say. Any woman can come out here and say, yo, give me some gifts, and I can bust out the bank card and be like, bow. You know what I'm saying? But like, what makes you like worthy to receive that other than you just being fine?
Well, if and when you become my man, you would know, and I would be your woman, and that's in every sense. So,
like what?
Okay. So, Mr. Danny got called out for asking basically what is she supposed to bring to the table besides just being a pretty face. Some people were rocking with it, but as you know, in the dating sphere, a lot of people do not like the conversation of men bring what do you bring to the table, women, what do you bring to the table? They feel like it's a very combative thing. Cinder, before we drag people up, how do you feel about the table conversation, boss man?
See, when it comes to the table and like who brings what and like what guys bring, what girls bring, I think both just kind of just need to bring. It sounds kind of cheesy, but I wanted to say like the best foot forward. I don't think it matters what someone brings to it as long as they bring themselves. Most importantly, be ready to give the attention when you need to. Be ready to, what's the word I'm looking for? To like, I just said it earlier and I completely forgot. It's basically just be ready to like sacrifice something of yours to make them feel better. Because in the end, you should mostly care about your partner rather than yourself or the potential person that you're trying to be with more than yourself. Care about their feelings before your own.
Right.
If you can set that stuff aside, I think you're going to have a pretty happy relationship.
Okay, 100%. Alex, how do you feel about the table conversation?
Don't give too much, though.
How you feel about the table conversation, dear?
It's played out. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah. I agree with that. It is a very boring conversation.
That's just how I feel. I'm tired of hearing about what can you offer, what can you bring, and all that other kind of stuff. Like Cinder said, bring yourself. I'm gonna bring myself, and you're gonna find out what I bring. And if what I'm bringing is not enough for you, then you have the right to exit stage left. It's just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. People dwell on it too much.
Okay. That's fair. All right, everybody. If you guys want to speak on this subject, start raising your hands now. The question is, how do you feel about the bring to the table conversation? How do you feel about men asking women, what do you bring to the table? How do you feel about women asking men what they bring to the table? Do you feel like it's played out? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. We got 6 hands already ready to go. Let's start it off. Monet.
Hi.
How do you feel about the table conversation?
It is an overplayed conversation. I just feel as though, like, I understand why it got started, to basically see what, each counterpart brings to the relationship. But to be so honest with you, a lot of people have used that conversation to kind of be like, okay, if you give me this, I'll give you that. Whereas you're both supposed to be giving something, not like, oh, the man is just like, oh, well, I'm going to provide and I'm going to do this. Well, okay, if he's going to provide, then I'm going to give him a nice good time, or I'm going to make sure that I look extra cute for him, or all that. Not, oh, if he provides me a house, I'm going to make it into a home. Like they're not giving enough per se. And also to that segment specifically, I understand what she was trying to do. I don't find it to be right. I understand that she was trying to leave some ambiguity in it, but she never answered his question. And I kind of got an issue with that, because you got to give something. Like, this is your potential partner. This is somebody who you could want to be with. You got to make it seem like you want him a little bit. So, like, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
Monet reminded me of the word I was going to say, compromise. Compromise
right.
is very important.
That right there.
Meech. Come on up, boss man. How do you feel about the table conversation, Big Meech?
Yeah, I do agree with that. Compromise. Yeah. Compromise. That's it. And sacrificing certain things too. You just got to sacrifice and put in the work. But yeah, bring it to the table. I just never been a fan of that anyways, because as a man, we protect and provide, right. So it's kind of like asking someone to bring something to the table. It's like, I'm not the one to have my hand out. I'm going to get it. I'm going to go get her. And Yeah, just asking a woman like that, I just never. I just beg to differ on that.
The thing
That's
is like
just
us as men, we have to also be just kind of prepared because like it's the same way like the world's cruel on women, right? It's a little bit it's unfair on women's side, but it's also unfair on men's side. I'm as a man, I'm fully prepared to know like if danger were to come my way, I'm probably the one that's going to be injured. I'm probably the one that's going to be harmed in some way, shape, or form, protecting my woman. That's that. That's just the life of being a man. I got to take that risk to keep her safe because I'm the one able-bodied to.
Okay. I just saw in the chat, Driven Black Girl, you said, I want to speak, but y'all all saying my points. Even if somebody says a point you said, always come up and try to speak because you can come up and end up saying it in a way better than somebody else can say it. Young Smiley, it's your turn, big dog. Come on up here. Let's do it. Yes, sir. The GOAT Smiley. How you feel about the table conversation?
So I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of people in the black community, we all be having these stupid conversations. Like the 50-50, all of that. Like you never hear the Asian community talk about this. You never hear the white community talk about this. We always be talking about stuff that don't matter. Like, do it really matter if she pay the bill or if I pay the bill or if he brings something to the table or if she brings something to the table? Like, can we go back to the time where we both brought something to the table? And what is the table? Can y'all answer that for me? What is the table?
So the table, it's a metaphor for basically, it's basically a metaphor. The table's a metaphor for bringing in basically what are you bringing that's sustainable to the life that we're creating now, right? Another way is like when people say like, oh, we got to break bread. You break bread, meaning that when you guys gather and you got people at the table that are united, you break bread with each other. Hey, I bring this here, you bring this here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do business.
Hey,
That's usually associated with.
But kites, a lot of people tables are breaking. They got like wood that need to be repaired. It's leaning over. You feel me? So how can you build on a breaking table? A lot of y'all are building on breaking tables.
That is true.
You get what I'm saying? You get that analogy? Like, that's
100%. I understand it. The Bible says that a house divided cannot stand. A lot of people are trying to build houses where one person want clay foundation, the other one want brick, or the other one want stone, and then it's uneven, and then it topple over, and now everybody pointing fingers going, well, why didn't this house work? Y'all wasn't working together. You guys were unequally yoked. You guys' material wasn't strong enough. So that's really what happened. All right, Mecca Phoenix. Mecca Blue Phoenix. How you feel about the table conversation?
Hello, everybody. I'll just say this. Like everybody said, it's played out. At this point, if we're having conversations like this, 5, 6, 7 years down the line, it becomes very irrational. And it honestly gives us more infamy as a people. Me personally, I think we should have more of a conversation of being compatible versus complementary. And what I mean by that is compatible, for example, people can have two hobbies in common, but the values and beliefs may be different versus being complementary. Let's say I meet someone who's trying to get into fitness and I'm into fitness and we could work together. Maybe she's into the arts and I'm trying to get better with the arts. Being able to build and being able to, like they said before, compromise and cooperate. Cooperation, I think, is key.
Okay. That's valid. All right, Poetical. How you feel about the table conversation, big dog?
Oh, okay, my bad. How do I feel about the table conversation? I understand that this is a conversation that's going to be ongoing. Now, I think it's somewhat of an important conversation because these things need to be understood at the beginning of a relationship. Like, okay, what is the construction of our relationship? Is it going to be 50-50? Is it going to be, me as a man just taking care of everything while she does she just backs me up. Because these are the things that end up in the long run of a relationship ends up being problematic, and stuff shifts over time, or things like that. So it is something that needs to be talked about. It is something that needs to be understood. I mean, because we've had this conversation in masses over and over, it does get kind of tiring. But again, it's something that needs to happen, because it needs to be understood, because these are the little things that can sour a relationship or make the relationship go bad.
Okay.
I like your point, and to that I want to ask you a question, because maybe you've thought of this before. How soon do you think the table conversation needs to happen? Do you think it should happen later in the relationship, or do you think it had to happen at the beginning?
I believe that conversation should happen by, I would say, by the 2 to 3 month mark of you dating somebody. Like, because I believe that by if you're dating someone, by the time it's like about three months, you should kind of know if you really want to be with this person. Is this going to be a long-term, short-term relationship? Do you really want to invest that much time? At that point too, I also believe that that's when you kind of really clear the table. Like, if you had other projects or other people that you were thinking about talking to, those people should get eliminated by like the 2.5, 3 month mark. Clear it up and be like, okay, this is the relationship I'm going. This is the path I'm going down. This is what I'm pursuing. And and at that time, that's when all the logistics of the relationship should be discussed.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when all that stuff should be established and understood and all that. The one thing I don't like in this conversation is either when the man or women, when they say, "Well, I'm the table," because to me that sounds like you're just saying you're the end all be all of this whole relationship, and that can't work, because that just sounds very self-centered.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
was
Political.
all I had for you.
All right.
Big OG 23. Come on up here. Give you some time. I like everybody's take on the table conversation, because at the end of the day, I feel like it is one of the conversations that is kind of dominant with the dating game. A lot of people I feel like when Kevin Samuels was out and he was having some very good ways to describe on what the table of, like, what value do you add to the relationship besides just you being there, which I feel like is very important, because at the end of the day, everybody has a role that they're supposed to be playing, and if you're not playing the role, you're not adding. But it also means, just because my role in there is to go get money, doesn't mean that you should solely only rely on me getting money. There's going to be times where I'm going to be sick, so can you uphold my end when I'm gone? Can you do this while I'm down? We have a generation where a lot of men feel like because they go out and get money, they can neglect having a relationship with their children, and so all these generational traumas and stigmas against fathers happen. So it's just like, it's a balance. I feel like the table at the end of the day, bring everything you can to it, and let's just break bread with what we got. But Big OG, how do you feel about the table conversation?
Evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. In regards to the table conversation, like everyone's saying, I don't like it, but my reason is kind of different, because I think the question is a measured question, but the solution to the question is immeasurable. So, for instance, many of the times you hear the guy say, "Oh, he wants a woman to be his peace or bring peace to the table." How do you measure peace? You know, and plus, like, the table. I mean, again, to steal one of the other guys' comparison, like, the table is going to be finite in size and all that. So when you say, "Oh, what do you bring to the table?" Okay, how much can be brought before, like, the table crashes, or how much can be brought, or what things can be brought to which, you end up fixing parts of the table that you didn't know needed fixing, things of that nature. But a lot of times people just bring up solutions that can be measured, but many of the most of the times, most of the time the answer is pretty much what's it?
No, that was good.
Kind of like the
That was
eye
profound.
test
That was good. I like that.
Yeah, kind of like the eye test in sports, because yeah, you can measure things with stats, but many times specific athletes you can't really measure their greatness with stats. But when you watch them, you know that they're great. So in a similar instance, that's how I view the table question.
Okay. No, that was good. That was good. Goddess, okay. She mustered up the strength to come speak. So that must mean Driven Black Girl gonna speak today too. So I look forward to it. Goddess, come up here. How do you feel about the table conversation?
Hey guys.
Hey Goddess.
How's everyone?
Great.
Pretty good.
I do not like that question at all. I can't stand that question because to me it feels like it just has a negative connotation behind it. It's kind of to me placing more emphasis on you need to be worthy in order to be with someone like me, or it's kind of like to me like they have like these expectations before you should even approach them or be with them. And I think somebody said it's kind of like an interview. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like an interview, or to me it also feels like, when you're looking at a menu, right? It's like, why should I get the steak versus the lobster? It's kind of like they're seeing you as a piece of meat, or just like, I don't know, not as a unique person. So I feel like they need to kind of word it differently, such as what do you feel are some of your greatest values that you can bring forth into a relationship? Or maybe they could say something like, what do you hope to build with your future partner? I feel like they need to say things like that. And it also reminds me of what's the other question they always say? What is something you did wrong in a relationship? Something like that. To me, it's kind of like similar in a sense where it's making the person seem like, you did something wrong. Like, how can I say it? Like putting guilt or blame. So instead of saying, what did you do wrong? They should word it as, what is something that you learned from your past relationship that you can take away, and when you get to your future relationship, you can say, you know what, this is what I learned from it, and this is how I'm going to address it or approach it in the next one. So those kind of questions I don't like, because like I said, it just has a negative connotation behind it for me, and I just feel like they need to word it in a way where it's more empathetic, but just more bearable to me. So that's what I thought about it.
Okay. Thank you,
guys. No, I agree with what she's saying. I agree. I think also too, we have to take in consideration that like how Goddess said, how they word things and stuff like that. But I don't recall like the table conversation, this being a really super like relevant thing in this way until I guess it got into like the manosphere or like the red pill type of era. Because before you would always ask people, or you would study people, like Poetical said, you have dating somebody in 3 months. That's enough time for you to study a person's habits, what they do. It takes 10 weeks to start a new habit and 10 weeks to break an old habit. So that's enough time for you to scale and gauge like what this person would be like with you long term. But I feel like the table conversation, we dread it because I feel like there has been so much like power put into the table itself instead of actually dissecting on what it actually means and what it is. Like God has said, people used to ask you, what are your attributes? What are your values? What are the things that you think that are quality in yourself that you can service or give to me? But now it's like, what do you bring to the table?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that the table
What is
conversation
that?
happens way too soon. That's exactly why I asked Poetical that question, because I'm like, it happens way too soon, especially on these shows. That's not something that's supposed to happen for a while.
Right.
And I don't think it's foreign. It's foreign. Like, I've never been in relationships where somebody said, what do you bring to the table? What? That's a foreign thing. I think anybody would look at it like, what? What are you talking about? What table? So the relationship is the table? Well, who would know that by that analogy? I don't know. It could be just me.
No, that's fine.
I could be wrong too, but I kind of feel like they assume also that it's bringing forth like domestic skills. To me, like, I could be wrong, but I feel like they're expecting the answer of, oh, I can cook, I can clean, I can, I'm nurturing, I'm motherly. I don't know. To me, sometimes it feels like they're expecting those kind of answers when they ask, what do you bring to the table? But I don't know.
Okay.
But you should already know what they're bringing to the table because you're dating the person.
Right.
It's not that hard.
I'm going to bring up Duty Mac. Duty Mac, I know you've been waiting. Thank you, Goddess. Bring you up, Duty Mac. Get this moving. And then after that, it will be Fatisse Always Blue, because Meech, you already spoke, but I'll drag you up after, because now we're getting up into people who haven't spoke yet. This man joined Deafin. Laugh at him.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we still asking about the table question?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep this brief. Because I know you're trying to do this too many things. So the table conversation is something that it shouldn't even have to be discussed about. It just shouldn't. Like, it should be something that should be inherently understood. Like,
is he getting sucked through a vortex? Duty.
Two
a black hole.
Two brick walls can't come together. Two brick walls can't come together and make anything happen. And what I mean by that is, if you as a person have the mindset of, oh, I'm the table, you automatically a dub. There's nothing to talk about, because you're basically saying you don't need anybody and you can do it all on your own. And if that's the case, that's all well and fine. But as far as a nuclear relationship is concerned, it should just be understood that both parties need to bring something of equal value. I'm a traditional person. I feel the man should, go out there and till the earth and pay the bills and all that. And I feel the woman should do her part in that, as well as take care of home. Me personally, this is just me personally. I say this all the time, and people think I'm joking, but I'm honest. What I need a woman to bring to the table, these three things. I need her to be attractive. I need her to be smart enough to listen, to let me lead, and I need her to bring back correct change from the store. That's what I need her to bring to the table. That's me personally. I'm so dead serious. I'm so serious because my thing is, and this is my last point. My thing with that is, it's funny, but my thing with that is, I know how to lead. I know how to guide. And, I expect you to pick up where I fall short at, because obviously I'm not a one-man show. I can't do it all, and vice versa. But I say that to say, I know my responsibilities as a man, like in general as a man, because I know my role as a man. I expect my woman, my partner, to know her role as a woman. I understand, in these days and times in the Western world, everybody has their different ideologies of what they bring to the table. Oh, well, I bring this, I bring that. Well, I feel you should bring this. No. The bottom line of it is, we need to come together, make a foundation, and build up from that foundation. From having our children, to establishing our lifestyle, to adhering to our faith practices, so on and so forth. If what you bring, if what you bring is not conducive to said table, which a lot of people these days, don't seem to understand, then bottom line, it's just not going to work, or it's just not going to happen.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
Thank you so much. I don't know if you, when you're talking, if you're moving your phone away from your mouth or whatever, but luckily we were able to hear what you were saying.
My mic is kind of like going in and out. I've been getting phone calls, so therefore, like the volume deafens, and then I have to constantly leave out of the room and then come back in. So I just put my phone on do not disturb, so I ain't got to go through that no more. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Okay, appreciate you, Duty.
Gotcha.
Always a
We
pleasure,
appreciate
man.
you regardless, man.
For sure, Charlie.
All right, I know you've been waiting. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, because I see you in these comments, going back and forth. You have the platform. How do you feel about the table conversation? Hello.
All right. First, hi, cheers, mates. So I'm currently in the UK right now, and my dad is American. So whenever I get back to Texas, I hear these conversations, and they're so insane. You should absolutely know what that person is bringing to the table, and let me explain. If you're dating for the bloody hell out of it, right? Like you're just gonna have sex, and it's strictly a sexual relationship, which you have a petit rendezvous here, there, then these things are very stupid because you're only going to meet each other at a hotel, right? Or you meet at a different city. I know stateside, you don't travel like we do here, but it is a smaller country, so we tend to travel a lot in the EU, right? But if you're speaking of your families coming together, you bloody need to know what the hell the person brings to the table. Are you mad? You're talking about taking your father's family, your mother's family, and putting it under someone's tree. Are you crazy? You need to know everything. You need to know what wealth they have. Yes, what wealth they have. Do you have wealth? I don't have wealth. Like state-wise, in the States, you guys have school loans. You need to know how much that person has.
Right.
You know, you need to make sure you're dealing with someone that, if God forbid, if something happens to your parents, are you the firstborn? Are you the lastborn? How are you going to take care of your parents? Those are going to be your parents. These are not like, I mean, you have 4 parents now. You're responsible. And if you're an older sibling, there are younger siblings, kids. Those are your nieces and nephews. Like, what are we talking about here? You need to know your responsibilities. So if you're marrying someone that, for instance, comes from, like, I have 10 other siblings, and you're an only child, do you know what you're walking into? And let's see. Yeah, and let's say you make a lot of money, whatever a lot of money may be for you. I think it's hilarious. I hear $100,000 and 6 foot tall makes you like the ideal gentleman. I think that's funny. I have West Central African roots, darling. If 6'1" is the only thing, there is an entire coast of West Central Africa. Have your pick. You can start from below the Sahara and walk your way down. Okay, like
not the Sahara.
Yeah, just keep going. Mali, and just keep going down. You know, there are men in Nigeria, the Fulani people, that make everyone look like they're pygmies. Okay, so that's nothing. My point here is that that's very stupid. You should go for other things, but I get it. We all have what makes each other attractive. Like, I get that. But I'm just saying that you need to have these very honest conversations. Like, you guys you're playing like some very dangerous games here. You know, God forbid you deal with someone who has a problem with budgeting, who has a problem with disease. Come on, know what's on the table. Don't waste each other's time. Now, if you're having a rendezvous and you're just having sex, as long as it's consent, you can tell me your name is John Smith. I don't care. But when we start talking about our parents getting to know each other, when we start talking about finances, taking care of each other, darling, please tell me everything. You know,
So I have a
like
question.
your grandfather.
I have a question.
What was it?
I have a question for you. So
go ahead.
Because I get the angle that you're approaching it, and in the aspect of it's a waste of time to not have this conversation, because you guys, there's a lot of key factors that do matter in this conversation, right? So the same way we ask Poetical, I just want to ask in your, because like you said, in the UK, you're in the UK right now, so I imagine a lot of the dating habits that we have out here in the West Coast is pretty trash compared to like where you guys are. So I would ask the same question we asked Poetical. When do you feel is the appropriate time to establish the table conversation? At what period in the dating phase?
You read
That
my
needs
mind.
to be your bloody first conversation. But when the conversations are deep, right? When you start saying things like, so yeah, when your parents got a divorce, did you stay with that parent or that parent? So you must have felt like when you start having these conversations, just be honest with people. Don't waste your time. If you want traditional family values, make sure you have those traditional family values. And if you don't, at least be a person, a human being that one can see you and go, you know what, man, this guy comes from like nothing, but like look at where he is.
Okay.
Look at where he's going,
Okay.
Right, yeah.
So would you be
But
more?
by the way, I listen to you guys a lot. You guys are part of like my little weird PhD card. We're all writing our thesis. So whenever we get so after like the 800 word mark, we like watch you guys. You're so bloody entertaining. I just enjoy the hell out of both of you.
Hey, shout out to
yeah,
you.
whenever we write.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna bring the last three up so y'all can just speak so we can move on to the next thing. But hey, you know what? To be fair, she was making valid points. She was, because that's a lot of stuff we don't really think about. There was stuff we don't think about.
There is a lot of it that she said was valid, correct? But it was some of it that I wanted to like ask a question about, because like, who are you're marrying them for the person, or are you trying to get to know them because of the person, or are you trying to get to know their bank account? Which one you want to know first? That's what I'm saying. Like the conversation the time shouldn't be wasted. That is for sure. I agree, but it still should take some time to get to that point. You don't want to just lead off first day. Hey, what you bring to the table? That's a red flag to most dudes. It's like, oh, you just want money from my pockets.
What happened, Alex?
That's
Driven didn't get to speak.
Where she left?
Oh yeah,
the
bring
thing.
Driven here. Get in here.
She left the thing before I could click her.
She was waiting a long time.
Get her in here. Yeah, drag her in here.
Hold on, everybody, let Driven speak, and then you guys go.
I wanted to hear her point. Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Driven, come to the fire.
Oh, she coming.
Yeah. Nah, shout out to, but it is, I'm glad she came up here and spoke, because it's very easy for us to get caught. Like, that's a lot of stuff we kind of don't think about, like the whole firstborn thing, like the family relations. That stuff does matter, because it's a lot of things that truly do like stick with it. And I'm glad she brung it up, because those are things that we're not talking about. Driven, come up here. Stop fleeing from the battle. How about you?
I'm glad she brought it up. I'm glad she brought it up, because I disagree with her a little bit. But there's no hate in that. I just disagree. Yeah.
Hello, Driven.
There's finally somebody I can disagree with.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Driven.
What's up, Driven?
The thing, or I had to fix something. But hey y'all, I'm super nervous. I just wanted to come up here and say hi.
Hello.
I think I'm sure a lot of us on here, we have experience with relationships. Can y'all hear me fine though?
Yes, you're crystal clear.
Yes, we can.
Okay, but just from like my past relationship, my most recent one, I would say, of course you don't want to go in a situation asking right off the bat, what do you bring to the table, or what do you think about 50-50? This conversation I feel like this is like a new thing because of, Pop the Balloon. So it's this huge thing now where you hear that, because when I was dating, I've never really, it just, like God has said, you just ask it in a different way. So I hate the question. I hate all the nuances that comes with it. But I do feel like it is important to discuss it at some point. But it's also like I kind of mentioned under a comment under one of you guys' video. I think it was one of the previous videos, but 50-50 is more than just finances to me. It's emotional support. It's like household duties. Like when you live with someone and let's say both of you work 40 hours a week, and You guys have to set up a situation where, okay, hey, if I'm cooking, you do the dishes. Like, it's both bringing full effort. You can't just have your partner doing everything and you just not doing nothing, because that can be frustrating. That can build resentment. But I just say everybody just come in it giving everything that you have. Everybody give 100%. Let's stop the 50-50, just period. It's so frustrating because, yeah, but that's all I want to say.
Wow. And you know what's crazy?
Okay.
You said that very well, and you did a very good job explaining that, which means I expect to hear you talk more often, because we're going to break these fearful habits. Now,
yes, I'm excited.
Now that she has said her piece, we have the Wolves, Smiley and Meech, and even Steph. You guys go ahead. Let's finish it up. Go ahead, wrap this topic up so we can move on to the next segment.
Can I go first? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
I haven't talked to anyone all day, so I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, you're good.
But I'm just gonna say something really quick on this topic. So
Okay.
first of all, I agree with what a lot of people said, how it should be phrased differently, and especially in the pop the balloon setting.
Okay.
Like, yeah, just completely phrased differently. But I feel like off bat, so many people think that question similar to like when people ask, what did you do wrong in your last relationship? Like, people don't want to answer those questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I feel like it automatically just puts people off.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's phrased differently, just from like qualities that you either like in another person or whatever, just phrased differently. But what another person said, I forget who said it, but I feel like the conversation obviously needs to be had later on, because a lot of times you can kind of get a sense of the person through dates, right?
Okay.
And you're able to see their values already and see a lot of like, I don't know, you could just get to know obviously get to know a person more the more that you hang out with them.
Mm.
And then eventually when you have that conversation, I think it's more of like like your expectations and your boundaries in a relationship or in the dating phase.
Okay.
So I feel like it aligns with that more than the initial getting to know phase kind of thing. And hold on, I have notes. Let me make sure I
take your time. Everything. It's all good.
That's a good way to do it.
But yeah, so essentially, someone also said that everyone's measurement of equality is very different. I completely agree with that, because if you say like you bring, like you're a nurturing person, not everyone thinks of the word nurturing in the same way. And so people have experiences with like someone being nurturing a certain way or them nurturing someone a certain way, and it's not similar to everyone. So I feel like that has to be kept in mind in situations like this, or just like conversations. And that's why I think that like naming your expectations and your boundaries in the relationships are really important, or like the dating phase is super important, because the measurement of those qualities are all different for each person. So
can I ask you this?
That's all. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this, right? And I want to run a little test here. Meech, are you there too?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask you both this question because I want to see something real quick, and then Cinder or Alex, you guys can answer the same question. But and Smiley, if you're here too. Meech, name 3 different values you value in a person, that you seek to value in a person. Just 3 off the bat.
Loyalty.
Okay.
That's a good. You said 3.
Just 3. Just give me 3.
Loyalty, romance.
Okay. It's hard. I put you on the spot, but just give me 3. Loyalty, romance.
That last one, I'm gonna have to just say honesty.
Okay. Loyalty.
Can I go next?
Romance, honesty. Cinder, go.
Oh yeah, mine's kind of the same. Loyalty, honesty, and communication.
Loyalty, honesty, communication. Steph, go ahead.
Kindness, respect, and integrity.
Alex, go.
I'd say loyalty, respect, and sympathy.
Okay. Smiley, if you're here, go ahead.
You gotta unmute.
Okay, he's probably not here. But the reason why I asked that, and I want it's he's unmuted. Give me 3 things you value in a relationship.
So 3 things I value in a relationship is loyalty, trust, and commitment. Basically, those are the 3 things.
Right.
If she don't got that, she got.
So, okay, the reason why I asked that is because you guys are all different people in all different places, all different. We got male, female, right? But it's like there seems to be a common thing that a lot of people said. It was loyalty or respect or, but then one thing is the guys, they all kept it pretty simple when it came to loyalty, kindness, respect, stuff like that. But the females, you notice that they started adding in things like, Steph, what was yours again?
Kindness and integrity and respect.
Now look at Alex's. What was yours?
Mine was sympathy, loyalty, and respect.
Right. And so the reason why it's cool to point out the dynamic of how females answer that question and how males answer that question is because for the most part, males, it's more like, show me that like you're in my corner and at the end of the day, like ride or die type energy, while the females are more in this perspective of like, understand me and how you treat me. You get what I'm saying? So it goes back to the point that it is true that everybody values that equality different. And it's just a matter of, I feel like you need both people's perspective. You need both of that male type of view of it, and you need that female type of view of it, because the males are focusing on something that the females are not focusing on. But at the end of the day, all of those things are important. But that's the beautiful thing about relationship is I can take the 3 that Alex has and put it with the 3 I have, and now we have 6 values total compared to just 3 sporadic values. You get what I'm saying? Am I making any sense?
Preach.
Yeah.
Yes, you making 100% sense.
Right. But Steph, I'm glad you decided to speak up. We always welcome new people, so don't feel nervous. Anybody can speak up here. The Flock Talk is for you.
Yeah, I want to hear like different people that haven't talked either. Like I've been like really like encouraging different people that we haven't heard, because sometimes you could get sick of hearing the same people. Mm-hmm. So I want to hear everybody come up. That's why I ain't been talking as much.
Hey man, you talk about me? You talking? No, I'm messing with you.
Nah, I don't want to start no beef with nobody.
You know word it correctly, brother.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay,
so got killed.
I'm just messing with you, man.
So once again, Meech, I'm passing you the torch. Go ahead. Give us your. Wait, hold on. I think we got one more person that wants to speak. Is it Duty?
Yes, sir.
I think Duty wants to speak on this, and then we're about to get off this topic because we got so many more topics to go through. All right, y'all. Duty, go ahead. Final thoughts, man.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now, real quick, recap. What was this? What's this question? What's this dealing with now? You was talking about the 3 things. What was you asking?
Oh, that was just an example I was making about because we're still on the table conversation. I was just using that as an example of the 3 different things how the point was made that everybody, somebody made a point that equality in a relationship looks different to everybody. Right. And so I was pointing out that equality in a relationship for a woman is going to be, for the most part, different from what the men are looking for. And the beautiful thing is you can take the 3 qualities that a woman's looking for and the 3 qualities a man's looking for and put those together, and they kind of coexist and go along with each other. They're just focusing on things that the other one is not focused on. You get me?
Right. No. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. No, that makes sense. Because I came back on. I had to step away because I was getting off work. I came back on. Everybody, I heard people going down loyalty, equality. I was confused. But okay, no, that makes sense.
Okay, Meech, you want to wrap it up so we can get to the next segment? Anything else you want to say?
I was gonna say everybody made a good point. And this is great. This is very great. I'm not gonna. This is good.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. I'm gonna move you both down. Let's get on to this next segment, y'all. So we're going back to
Here, let's take a look at
the wig incident and Pop the
the
Balloon.
most viral moment of this season.
I don't know why you'd ask that. You look great, but
Well, I'm asking because I don't mind because he was so wrong with the braids.
You want to take it off?
Why can't I? So
you still look good. You still look good.
So should I keep it off or okay?
So, Johiko, as you've seen, you're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, every single place you could think of, your video has popped up at least, I don't even know, each time I'm scrolling, I'm seeing it. So how has it been for you since that moment? Walk us through like what actually was going through your mind during this moment as well.
Well, I mean, originally he mentioned me having braids. And
Okay, so we don't need to see the whole segment, but essentially I just wanted to bring that up because she was actually a hot topic, and some of the comments I was receiving, a lot of people, like the majority of people, are really like in tune with what she did with the whole taking her wig off and all that. But it brought up a very important point that Alex had to touch on in the video. And it was talking about how Alex brought up how just because a woman wears wigs, weaves, etc., doesn't mean that she's insecure and that we shouldn't put it to insecurity. So I just want to hear, how do you guys feel about the wigs, weave, and everything? And does insecurity align with that? Or is that a projection that people are just putting on that? So go ahead, think about it real quick. Go ahead, start raising your hands. Give people some time.
I personally think it's a little bit of a mix. While a woman can do what she wants to do when she to look pretty, and how am I going to fault her for that? She just wants to look pretty. She wants to look how she wants to, and that's cool. But part of it can come from a place of insecurity. Maybe she does feel like a little bit uncomfortable in how people look at her because she doesn't have any hair and she wants to cover it up. Sure, at the end of the day, she can do that. It's none of my business what she chooses to do. But it can kind of come from both. That's all I'm really saying.
So my question is, what do you think that insecurity, like, what do you think that source is coming from? Like, what do you think is causing that insecurity?
Comparison. You know, whenever she looks at other women, she's like, "Oh, man, she has a beautiful head of hair. Well, I don't have that."
Okay, no,
that's usually what starts it. Comparing yourself to somebody else.
Okay, that's valid.
I agree.
Go ahead, Alex. Talk your talk.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with what Cinder was saying, because I do feel like comparison starts off the problem. Like if you look at how a lot of women carry themselves, it's because they want to look like the next woman, not because they want to look like how they are intended to look. It's because it's a lot of outside influences that they're seeing and that they're assuming that men are attracted to, and they're trying to emulate or replicate that to keep that same level of attraction. But every woman is different and every man is different. Some men like women that are botched, that got the botched bodies, and some men like women that are completely natural. You just compare and contrast. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Chris, you're up first. Let's do it. Okay.
I believe it's the lack of fathers in the household. That's what makes women insecure.
Okay.
Because if the dad's not there to give them that confidence, and if they don't have that dad to show them that love, they're going to be insecure. That's why fathers are so important in the household, because when a woman doesn't have that leadership from her father, she's gonna look for it elsewhere. She's gonna look for it in other women, social media, and that's important. That's where it comes from, really.
Okay, so you feel like because we're in the era of, you know, fathers are not as prevalent in the household, because they're not getting that encouragement, that prime source of encouragement from a male or a stronger figure, it creates that void where they're essentially seeking after it from other places.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree, because if you look at Everybody Hates Chris, and you look at how Julius always talks up, like he speaks so much light into Tanya, and that like that's his little girl, that's his baby. Typically, like the father is the daughter's, so to speak, like first love. Same thing with the mother and her and a son type. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're gonna experience your father's love before a man.
Right. Okay. Okay.
That's why it says in the Bible that the man is the head of the household for the reason. Because if you take the man out of the household, chaos happens. Insecurity happens.
Okay. No, that's valid. Thank you, Chris. Let's move on to Monet. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Here, I'm back. Yeah. So I will definitely say, as far as like the wigs and like the makeup and everything, it definitely does have a level to do with comparison, as well as just like insecurities wise, because like I know one of the big reasons why I started to get into makeup and like kind of do it was honestly because I did want some male attention. Because like in the entirety of my life, I've never really had success in the romance department, and nobody ever really found me attractive or ever really wanted to like, no one ever really complimented me and my natural beauty. I was always like the sore thumb. I was never like beautiful to the the male species. I was, the girl who was going to die alone with dogs or cats or have a freaking talking bird. I was always like,
Hey, hold on. Hold on. Why the talking bird catches straight? Like it's really crazy. Like,
I don't know, bro. I've always wanted a bird though. Like I really wanted a parrot.
We can
I could talk about that all day.
Yeah.
All right. So, but like that's kind of the stereotype that a lot of the males that I've known in my life or grown to meet. That's the kind of stigma that they put on me. So I kind of got into makeup because one, I was a little insecure that no guy actually found me attractive, and like nobody essentially wanted to take me out on a date, and nobody wanted to be with me. And it wasn't until I started, doing my makeup and having my makeup accentuate the features that I already have there, like my high cheekbones and my eyes. Like when I started to do my makeup to complement those figures that I had, that's when I started getting compliments. That's when I started getting attention. And it just kind of got to the point where I'm just like, oh, okay, I did all this, but like as soon as I wipe it off, I'm still me. But I know like I did it out of a small level of insecurity. I know Bible says I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and I've learned to love myself for it. But there just comes a point in your life where you get a little bit lonely, and it would be nice to have some attention every now and again, because you see everybody else getting it, and then you're the single friend, you're the one who's always by yourself. Of course some comparison and like insecurity is always going to be at play, especially when you're the one who's always alone or always by yourself or never the one that somebody picked.
No, I feel you. Yeah. Okay, Monet. Well, I want you to know that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. All right, and don't ever let people.
Yes, you are.
Don't let people's opinions affect you, because a lot of these people nowadays, and unfortunately in our generation, we are chasing after the social media makeup. So a lot of these, if you're not the curvy, voluptuous, 5'9", whatever supermodel, then at the end of the day, everybody starts calling you mid. It doesn't matter if you have qualities that they were in love with 2 years ago. Now all of a sudden they hate it, and then soon we're not gonna love this. That's just how it is. But I understand
your beauty is not, in God's eyes, your beauty is not scaled by how you look. Your beauty is scaled by your spirit, your intentions, your heart. So all that extra stuff that people talking about, it's for the birds.
Yep. And that's why I love y'all. That's why I'm trying to get a bird. But that's not the point.
All right,
I'm gonna hop off.
We're gonna bring up, right when you hop off, we bring it up your alternate form, which is Cat. Cat, come on. I know you got a lot to say.
Well,
You've been waiting.
the alternate.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the alternate form.
I got the
This-
alternate form. That's crazy.
This Kid Boo female edition, man. Come on.
Hey, so calm down. Don't call me out like that. All right. So my main thing, at least for me, when I was growing up, the main thing when people like were wearing like wigs or weaves and stuff like that, it came from a lot from like natural hair being viewed as like ugly and like not quote unquote neat. So I know for a lot of like for my grandma, for my mom, for a lot of my aunts too, they wore like they always told me like, oh yeah, make sure your hair's make sure you straighten your hair, make sure your hair's neat, like it looks nice, because like when it's all curly and like all napped out, it's not gonna be pretty, right? So like I was ingrained into like the older generation for like a lot of time, like definitely with my grandma, like she still wears braids to this day because of that. But like for my mom, like it took her a long time to actually grow out of it, of actually being seen like our natural hair as beautiful. And so like I know that for me, that people like when women wear wigs and stuff, like it does come from like it can come from a place of insecurity. Like I never like got into wearing wigs, but I used to actually straighten my hair like a bunch before I started locking my hair and like actually like really loving doing my natural hair and stuff like that. But at least where I'm from, that was like the main stigma. It wasn't seen as neat. It wasn't seen as, it was seen as ugly. And like if you didn't have your hair a certain way, you wouldn't be able to, no one would be, no one would talk to you. People would be like, oh, go get your hair done, girl. Like, what you doing? Like, or like, just finding things to like pick at you or like ostracize you away from everything else, or even like getting like jobs and stuff. So like, that's like the main reason I believe that a lot of women still to this day, or at least Black women, I'll say specifically, still wear wigs. Because I think it comes from a lot of that, because our mothers and their mothers coming from that like low key generation of like where it was like, yeah, natural hair wasn't beautiful. But like it's only as of recently, like kind of like late 20-teens to like 2020s, as it's been like natural hair. Natural has been uplifted and pushed, and like, oh yeah, natural hair is the way to go. Everyone wants to be like a natural hair girly. But that's only been like a recent thing, because I remember when like I'm only 20, right? Just for frame of reference. But like I still remember like when I was still growing up, it was still very much like, nah, your hair gotta be, straightened or something like that for it to be considered done. And it's only like a recent kind of wave that people like start like, oh yeah, I love locks. Oh yeah, I love my natural curls. Oh yeah, I love this. It's kind of like a recent wave, which I love. I love that we're celebrating, how our natural hair actually is. But I feel like it's just like the generations of trauma of having to deal with that like stigmatism towards our type of hair type, like the curly, the kinky coils and all that stuff. That is why it's still like very prevalent today. But that's not the reason why all women do. We just like how it looks.
Okay. No, I agree with you. I've already argued this point a lot, which is funny because it's the most argued point on our videos. It's just if we're in this era where a lot of men nowadays are pushing for we want our queens wearing natural hair. And I agree, because I love Alex and her natural hair. I love seeing my sisters and my mother in their natural hair. But I feel like the reason why there's a strong disconnect between women and men on this subject is because the men are attacking the subject the wrong way. Saying you want your queens natural and you want them to be more confident in themselves is one thing, but when you bash them for it, that's not going to get the results that you're hoping for. Calling a girl ugly because she has a wig and saying wear your natural hair is not going to suddenly give her the confidence to rock her natural hair. She's just either going to she's going to do it and her feelings are going to be hurt. She's not going to want to deal with men like you, which pushes them out of our community. Or B, she's going to keep doing it to spite you, because there's always going to be somebody, if she hears it from her male counterparts that, oh, you're ugly for this, don't do this, blah, blah, blah. You can best believe that there's going to be a female counterpart somewhere that's going to say, girl, it's okay. You look beautiful. He just don't know what he's talking about. Do it. And I feel like we're attacking the problem blindly. If you want to fix a problem, you have to understand the source of the problem. If you want to stop a leak, look at where the water is coming from first. Then you find the source of the leak. So it's stuff like that. But I agree with you, Kat.
Thank you.
All right. Poetical. Come on up. How do you feel?
All right. A lot of people been saying a lot of good things, so I want to add into this. I do believe that it comes from a place of insecurity. When you think about beauty and presentation and socially how a lot of women are pressured to look a certain way. I mean, there's a reason why the beauty and makeup industry and hair and all that stuff is $1 billion industry. There is a lot of pressure on women a certain to look a certain way. Now, there's men have been asking women for a long time to be natural because we want to support that again, like you just mentioned. But attacking somebody and saying, "Oh, you look ugly in a wig," is not the best way to go about it. I mean, we do want to see women looking more natural because on the men's side of things, like we can't do all of those things. Like as a man, how you look, your height, you can't really do much about that. How you present yourself every day as a man is how we look. We're not going and putting pounds of makeup and all that stuff on us. Like if we look a certain way, we have to roll with that. Whether you have acne or whatever. Like this is how I look. This is how I have to present myself to a woman and hope for the best result.
Right.
But on the women's side of things, there's a lot of things that they can do. There's a lot of things that they can invest in to alter and change their look. And so again, it's like there's a lot of pressure on them to look a certain way, and that also causes insecurity. I mean, when you look at the average cell phone nowadays, when you go to like social media, a lot of women put up pictures on social media, but they use filters. Well, why are you using filters? I want to see you the way that you are, but they use filters to kind of smooth over things that they feel insecure about when they're taking a picture and presenting themselves or posting. And it's like you don't have to do all that again. Like most of the time, we want to see a woman in her natural state and form, but there's insecurity in a lot of women to present themselves in their natural state because they feel like it's going to get rejected. People are going to say something, which is true. But again, as we've come to find out, people are always going to say something. So you just have to build up that courage within yourself or that confidence in yourself to be able to present yourself the way you are at your most comfortable and let the chips fall where they may.
Okay. Well said. That is well said. Okay. Thank you, Poetical.
Thank you.
Smiley, my boy, let's do it. Poetical set the bar pretty high right now, so let's see what you got to say. How you feel?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel kind of horrible a little bit, like that Monet felt like that, like, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, we as black men need to stop with all this natural, cause now like women don't want to be themselves, and that's a prime example. And I'm sorry, Monet, that you had to experience that. I apologize for them guys, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to change yourself. Like, black is beautiful. You got to realize that everybody that hear this, no matter what y'all take from this podcast, black is beautiful. And that's why Monet and BM did the Black Love thing, to show that, to be a representation. You don't have to change yourself for no man, for no dude, for no nothing. And that goes on both sides.
Right.
Self-respect and high self-esteem in the black community. We need to uplift our queens. You get what I'm saying? So they wouldn't even have to say something like that. Cause that low-key made me cry. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry for getting all emotional, but
no, you good, bro. You good.
Feel like, yeah, to have people that feel like that, it's horrible. You get what I'm saying? And this as a man, and real talk. You know, but that's all I wanted to say, Monet. You beautiful. Every black woman in here is beautiful. Like, I love y'all.
Hey, shout out to Big
Thank you,
Smiley.
Smiley.
And you know what? There ain't no problem with him being emotional on that, because at the end of the day, that's human quality right there. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't hear somebody go through bullying or some type of embarrassment or some type of harassment or etc. and just be like, oh, it is what it is, get over it. I don't understand that aspect of this whole era of like, hey, somebody insults you, tough stuff, get over it. Like, that crap will always be whack to me. It'll never make sense to me. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, and even then, people gonna come for me. They'll be like, hey, you do reactions and all that, so you get feedback. But at the end of the day, it's like there's a difference between giving feedback and a source of entertainment and just trying to, you know, get the show going versus, like I say, like in a lot of our reactions, we may have opinions about people, but we're having opinions about what people are doing on screen. It's not about them directly. Like when we were cracking the joke on the latest Pop the Bloom, where we're talking about homeboy doing the money laundering joke. At the end of the day, we don't know what that dude really do. He may not be doing anything. He may be the most hard working man ever. We just reacted to what we saw on the screen, but it's all love to that dude. And if that dude would have came on there and said, hey, I wasn't really jacking that, I ain't really like that, we'll easily cut that part out the video. You feel what I'm saying? That's because that's what it really is. But thank you, Smiley, for sharing that. You know what? Smiley's right. Goddess, you up next. Somebody said they also wear Beijing.
They're talking about the men wearing units as well.
Men wear units in Beijing, man. Goddess, go ahead. How do you feel about the wigs? Do you feel like it's tied to insecurity, or what do you think it is?
Well, first off, I want to say that was so beautiful, Smiley. I love that. And thank you, Monet, for sharing that story. It takes a lot of guts to do that, but in regards to wigs, so personally, I would say that to me, it doesn't have necessarily anything to do with confidence at times, because I remember this was a few years ago when I actually started wearing wigs, and mind you, my hair is pretty thick, so I've always been natural. I've never permed my hair or anything like that, but for me, it was just a matter of convenience, because I'm gonna be real, y'all, sometimes I'll be stressed out, you know, and I don't feel like doing my hair, so I just plop on that wig, and it was just such a relief, because it's like a grab and go. I don't really have to style it too much, you know. I can just pop it on, go on about my day, and then come back home, pop it right off, and that's it. So to me, it's just, you know, it's just convenient, because sometimes you don't feel like doing your own hair at times. I mean, that's a real thing. And sometimes, you know, I don't trust any and everybody to do my hair also. So that's another thing. But I feel like it's also a matter of expression too, because some people may not want to, let's say, I don't know, dye their hair or something like that.
Right.
So it's easier to wear a wig, because you can experiment and see, okay, maybe one day I might want to dye my hair. Let me see what this color looks like on me, you know? And yeah, I just feel like it's a good way to express yourself at the same time, but it's not necessarily tied to a confidence or a lack of confidence, in my opinion. So that's just what I thought of it. But I really liked, I can't remember how to pronounce her name, but I really liked that she was fearless when she took off her wig, because she wanted to show
Jahiko.
like, you know, I could do both. Jahiko?
Yeah, Jahiko.
Yeah, Jahiko. Yeah, I liked how she did that, because you know, they say like, oh, I got I got a different girl every week, because, you know, she got a different style kind of thing. So I like that she can show like, yeah, I could be bald, but I can also wear a wig too. It doesn't matter, because I'm still content with how it looks. So yeah,
versatility can be fun. It can be fun.
Okay, thank you, Goddess. And you, I want to note that you're doing better and better speaking. You can tell you're getting a little bit more comfortable with it, so keep working at it. Okay. All right, let's move her down. We got Chris. Before we get to you, we got 3 new speakers who haven't spoken yet. So Alana, we're gonna drag you up, and then we'll get to you, Chris, at the end, and you can end it off. Hello, Alana.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes,
Hi.
ma'am. Dang,
Hello.
hold on, real quick. Monet dropping $10 bomb in here. Thank you, Monet. Love you, sis. Shout out to Monet. All right, go ahead, Alana.
Oh. I think it starts in like schools because a lot of kids like pick on you a lot for like your body weight, your hair, and that's what I think is why Black people tend to wear those wigs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been a struggle for me for like, I think it started 3rd grade to like senior year. And it was really hard to like make friends and stuff.
Right.
Cause I got bullied and like I wanted to talk to someone and then they didn't want to talk to me because I'm Black or I don't know. But it's has to do with that.
Right.
That's what I want to say.
And you know what? It happens. Well, one thing why I'm glad I grew up in a hair salon. My mom was a hairstylist. And so my mom would always bring me to the salon, and I never understood it, but I'm glad she did it, and she made me sit there for hours and hours because I realized that a lot of the stuff that the internet regurgitates doesn't actually end up being real life. There were so many times where I was sitting in that salon and I watched man after man after man bring in their wives and bring in their daughters and bringing in their like whatever, their sisters, cousins, talking about some, you need to get your hair done, get her this wig, she needed long, she needed like this, she needed like this. And it's crazy because the internet will give you the persona that the women are just doing this randomly. But when I'm sitting there in the salon and I'm watching a wife go, oh, I just want to get braids, and he like, man, you ain't about to do no braids, go, you about to get a wig, and so we can go do this because I gotta, you feel me? They don't talk about that stuff that actually happens. So one point I was making was a lot of the reasons why Black girls did what they did in my high school and in my middle schools, because I grew up in Cali, most gentrified mountain pot ever. But I mean, not gentrified, multifaceted mountain pot. We got Blacks, Asians, Hindus, blah, 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 blah. We got all of it, right? I always saw Black girls get bullied for their hair in California, in SoCal, always, because everybody wanted the Latinas because they had the long hair, or everybody wanted the Caucasian girls because they had the long hair. But when it came to Black girls, it was bald headed, chicken headed, everything. It was always that. There was dudes always snatching girls' hair. And then when they would come in with the natural hair with the ponytail, they would make fun of it, like, oh, you got like a little antenna and all that. And the thing is, like, everybody around, I don't know why people don't believe it when I be saying it. Black girls out here in California, it's so bad that they had to make a law about it. They literally had to make a law to protect Black women's hair. Yeah, it's the Crown Act. And when I'm sitting here listening to these podcasts of all these men talk about, you women do this, you women do this, it's like, bro, I live in a state where Black girls are literally getting bullied over their hair. You feel me? Like, bad. It got to the point, even where me and Alex, where we worked at, right? I have the locks. You know how weird it is for you to sit there and be sitting next to your wife, and because I have long locks and Alex can have some braids, and they'll be like, why your husband hair longer than yours? I almost had to fight a dude because it's like, what do you gotta say something for? You feel me? It don't matter if my wife wanted these locks right now as her husband, I would chop them off and put them in her head. I don't give a crap. But the thing people don't get is Black women, every time they try different hairstyles in the natural style, other cultures have a lot to say. Alex can tell you some, matter of fact, Alex, go ahead, tell people what you was experiencing. I ain't even got to speak for you.
I've had situations where, like, I'll wear braids. Somebody has something to say about my braids. I'll wear my natural hair. When I wear my natural hair, I'll always wear like in an afro or like an afro puff. They'll call me nappy. I've had somebody say I look like Beaker from Sesame Street. I've had people like come up to me like, oh, like that's not your real hair, or like when I do wear my real hair, people assume it's a wig or it's a weave. Like, and it's just like it's the underhanded jokes that people of not even just outside of like Black community, but Black people too. Like we throw kind of like underhanded shade at each other sometimes, and I feel like a lot of people project their own insecurities onto others, and then when you do that and you have to go out into the real world and deal with judgment and criticism from other people that don't know you, don't understand you, don't know the struggles of how it is. Like you got to do your hair every day, this, that, and the third. Like it's silly and it's sad. But I've had situations where I didn't even want to go to work because I was so embarrassed or I felt so disrespected because somebody always has something to say about my hair. And if it's something that I'm doing to make it easier on myself, how is that a inconvenience for the next person for you to feel like you need to have something to say about what I'm doing with my hair? So it's
also to Monet, like you are very beautiful. Don't let anyone tear you down. Just live your day and just ignore the haters.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience, Alana. And the same advice goes towards you. God did not make no mistakes in making nobody. You feel me?
Thank you.
Neither one of us. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get somebody else up. Thank you. All right, Mr. Yankee boy. Yankee, come on up. And then after that, we'll have Miss Price. AC Lightning, welcome to the chat, man. Mr. Yankee, how you feeling, man? How you feeling? You're muted, by the way. Hey, shout out to everybody while he's unmuting. Shout out to everybody that be joining the Flock Talks. Shout out to everybody that's in the YouTube chat. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we keep doing these Flock Talks for y'all. So please get the courage. If you guys are trying to be content creators, you guys trying to get your voice out, you guys just want to have a space to speak. Sometimes, you know, come on, Flock Talk is here. We're going to try to do this every Thursday for you guys. It's not for us because all we got to do is drop a video. We can go disappear. But Flock Talk is the chance for you guys to get y'all voices heard because a lot of y'all got some stuff y'all want to say. And yes, you can shameless plug, Monet. Go ahead, plug your stuff up. I'll even open up the chat for you. Shameless plug, I don't care. Go ahead. This Flock Talk is for the flock. It's not for me and Alex. It's for y'all. Shameless plug yourselves all you want. Mr. Yankee, how do you feel about the wig and weave thing? Do you feel like it's associated with insecurity? That was the topic.
The way I feel about that, first of all, God bless everybody in the chat. Just want to say, hey, how you doing? It's kind of rough, but almost there. We almost at holidays. Christmas is coming up real soon. But
yes, sir.
Getting back to the subject, I can choose. I don't look at weave, braids, hair. I look at people. That's his enhancement. Because the main thing is this. Most people take it to the extreme, saying we don't know who they look like and where they look like and how they look with or without makeup. It really doesn't matter because the main thing men go by as always is sex. And then the first 15 seconds when something comes out of the person's mouth, 9 out of 10 they're going to tell us, are we attracted to them or are we not? Do we proceed or do we evade? That's the main thing. Another thing I look at as far as with hair, I grew out my hair. I had freeform locks in my hair. Cut them down because, you know, it got to the point where getting them updated and, you know, making sure they're maintained and stuff, it got to be a chore. I'm going back in my journey, slowly but surely. But in the same token, though, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's about how you feel being comfortable in the skin that you're in. Because most people are not comfortable with the skin that they're in. But be comfortable because God made you in that image.
Right.
He made him in his image, but in the same, it's for you to make it happen for yourself. And when it all boils down to it, it's all you that has to live with it in the mirror. Because the main thing about it is, it's all facets of you. You can be bald, you can be skinny, you can be with hair, without hair. No matter. Your personality will outshine what your skin, what is on your skin deep.
Right. Okay. Mr. Yankee talking his talk. He talking his talk.
And I get so irritated about people being hanged up about what people think about their hair, about their nails, about this, about that. It gets redundant at the end of the day. Life is high school if you think about it, because the main thing about it is the whole thing about high school is
Oh, he got cut off.
College is only enhancing this paper to say that you can do the job that you're able to do. And even then, when you get out of college, you're about, let's say, about over 100K in debt, no 9 to the 10, not even in the thing that you already studied in. That's a problem. So when it's all said and done, you have to adapt and adjust to people's attitudes the way that you come accordingly. The main thing about it is, as long as you come home and you feel comfortable about yourself and live in the skin that you in, and more importantly, loving the skin that you're in, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you have to have accountability for is that person that you look at in the mirror. That's all I got to say about that.
You can't hear me clapping, but I'm clapping. That was fire.
That was good.
That was good. Mr. Yankee was
I
talking
could
his
have
talk.
soundboard in here.
Mr. Yankee talking his talk, and y'all not understanding it. Next, we got Miss Price. Miss Price, come on up. Come on up. I've accepted your request. You should be able to jump on up here.
Thank you, Zeus, for the super chat.
Zeus with the $10 bomb. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's been giving. Hello, Miss Price.
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm okay. Just want to give a shout out. I always watch you guys show. Every time I see you guys, I'm always excited to see you guys.
Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate it. Did you want to speak on the subject?
I think the reason why some women would wear wig, I think it starts from like your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It could be do something with your childhood. Maybe you're like it's kind of hard to explain it. Because when I was younger, my mom told me that I'm like ugly, and you know, like she spoke a lot of negative things in me. So when I'm growing up, I grew up with that mentality that I have to wear like a wig or weave to feel beautiful. So it's stuck in my head that I would never be beautiful. And that's how I reach out to like the word of God where it says I'm wonderful and fearfully made. So as long as you believe that, I think that's all that really matters.
Okay. No, beautifully put. Beautifully put. I thank you for sharing that. It doesn't, and one thing I say is just because you had the negative stigmas or the things that impacted you in your childhood does not mean that they are the final say on what you're going to be or how you're going to function in the future. So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the main thing is that you have that confidence, that love in yourself, that you can get to the point where you need to be. And God did not make no mistakes on nobody. So I thank you for sharing that with us. All right.
Amen.
Oh, I dragged her down while she was talking. Oh, Miss Price, raise your hand. Raise your hand again. I didn't think you was done. Oh, I feel so bad for that. Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna drag her back up so she can finish her statement. I'm so sorry about that. Rena Marie, can I speak? If you join the Discord, you can speak. If you join the Discord, join the event, raise your hand. Oh, does she not want to speak again? Oh, I feel bad for that. Hey, Zeus tight with another $10 bomb, going crazy. All right, we're gonna get to another new person. We got don't at me. Don't at me. How do you feel? How you feel about the wig and weave thing? Do you feel like it's tied to insecurity? What's up, man?
Yeah, so I'll just start off with saying I do think it's tied to insecurity. The reason why that is because I believe we live in America. You know, we go by Eurocentric or Western standards of beauty. We're very distinct group. You know, we have very distinct ethnic features. So when you don't see that represented in social media as much, it's very easy to kind of prey on our people and kind of convince them this is what you need to look like or appear as to be actually attractive, especially in a Western society. As examples of this is they take ethnic features from our group and they'll place them on other ethnic groups, and then it'll suddenly be viewed as attractive, you know, with the luscious lips. I forget what makeup company had that whole campaign, but you know, that's generally an ethnic feature from our group, which wasn't viewed as attractive, but they put it on other ethnic groups, and then it suddenly became attractive. And then we have the figure and frame that we generally have for our women. That more recently became something that they placed on other groups of women, and now it's viewed as attractive. Let's see, but that's why I kind of think it stems from insecurity. But I think it's I think it was designed that way.
Okay. Valencia has a question. She said, okay, question. If y'all don't like wigs, weaves, what about braids? Because braiding hair is essentially extensions, is it? No. I can't answer that because I don't have a problem with it. But if somebody does have a problem with it, feel free to answer it and explain to women why wigs and weaves are unacceptable, but braids are. Because I don't have an answer because I'm not against them. But don't at me. Thank you for sharing that point with us, man. And you're very educated, brother. I want to hear more from you, man. I like hearing our educated brothers come up here and speak and talk they talk, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. We got another new person. We got Remy Verse. Remy Verse, first time speaker. Come up here, talk your talk to the flock. How you doing?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Crystal clear.
Okay, that's great. First of all, God bless y'all for y'all content because I am not on social media. I just made a TikTok, but y'all brought me back. No, for real. Just to touch on the topic. Now, I'm a person who almost has ADHD with their hair. Like, I constantly change my hair. A lot of it, I wouldn't say stems from insecurity. Yes, women, when we go through a little bit of trauma, we're having a bad day, sometimes we'll switch up our looks dramatically. I think that's where mine stemmed from, but it didn't come from someone necessarily making me feel bad about my hair. My mother was also a beautician, like a lot of my sisters in here and my brothers. And I just saw how she exuded confidence with every look change. Right. And it was like you couldn't tell her anything about herself. So maybe in history, yes, we've been, I guess, made to conform our images to fit more of the European style. But as Black people, we've always taken that and empowered ourselves with it. Yes, everything in moderation. Yes, I can see how certain things like makeup and wig and frontals and stuff could make our girls like, or the, imaging could be like, but you could also use it to, just a woman who likes to change herself. I like to. I have a pixie cut right now, and shoot, I've had locks, I've had red hair, I've had blue hair, I've had braids, I've had, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like it also always should be centered around that.
You know what? That was it's so surprising. Everybody that, all the new people that have been coming up, they have all been saying some very like interesting things, or very like, it's crazy how there's so many different like varied experiences and stuff like that, but everybody has like their own reasonings for why they do their stuff with the hair. Because like she said, she did the pixie cut, the dreads, the the different dyes of the hairstyles.
I've had it.
Right. And it's just because it's funny, because as a hairstylist child, my mom only has one son. So and she always wanted to experiment because she wanted to perfect her craft in hair. So who was the person that you had to test on for like a male textured hair? Zeus, another $10 bomb. I'm bald. Do you? I don't judge one bit. Hey, shout out to Zeus Titan, man. At this point, he's the sponsor of 2G1A. At this point, he funds every time. But because
if I could, sorry.
Go ahead. No.
If I could just add this in too, as a woman and as women who are dating, you change your looks. Like, I'm dating someone who doesn't mind what I do with my hair. I'm beautiful as I am.
Right.
But men are visual creatures. We all know this. We're adults. Keeping it PG. A little switcheroo here and there keeps it spicy. It keeps it fun. But he knows that I'm beautiful, and he knows that he loves me underneath everything. Because I wear makeup, I play in my makeup, I play in my lashes. It just do what makes you feel good. This life is already hard. The economy is trash. So like, do what makes you happy at the end of the day and feel beautiful doing it.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much. And I hope you speak more, okay?
Thanks so much. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, y'all.
I didn't mean to drag her while she was saying the internet thing. You know what, Alex? You gotta be in charge of dragging, because I keep cutting people off. And like, it's just really crazy. Like, I feel like a jerk for doing it, and it's not on purpose. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
Don't let me drag.
All right, Goddess, I'm gonna drag you up because I heard you type you about to go to bed. You got your bedtime. I know your husband probably like, girl, if you don't get in this room, so do it your thing. So we're gonna drag you up.
Oh no, I was just holding my place in line for the next topic, guys.
Okay. My fault. All right. Speaking of, I'm gonna let you these last three. You guys come up here. Let's end this topic off and let's go to the next one. One comment read out. It says, "Can we talk about the fact that sometimes we just don't feel like dealing with our hair day to day? Sometimes I get it done so I can get up and go, especially as a natural head. Hey, I got dreads, so I'm probably the laziest of lazy hairstyles. Like, if anything, like I just put a do-rag on or a bonnet and I just be chilling, bro. Like, real talk. I don't know, but if anybody wants to finish this up, that was the floor. Go ahead, talk your talk. Let's finish this up so we can move on.
Miss Monet, are you there?
Monet, are you still in the chat? Yes, she is in the chat. Would you like to speak with her directly?
Here she comes.
Yes.
We are dragging Monet up. Monet, you have been called out, you fiend.
Okay, what I got called out about?
What you said about yourself.
Which part? I be talking
Listen.
about myself all the time.
Well, about you being insecure about your looks. I just want to say this.
Yeah,
What's beautiful to me is when a woman listens to me and my leadership. Not about her looks. It's about how she comes at me and how she treats me. That's important to a man. And for a lot of us men, we chasing the wrong women for us. We end up chasing women off of beauty, and we should be chasing women off of actual character.
Mm-hmm.
That's important because too many guys are giving women who don't need to be in their lives, and it's making their lives a actual living hell. Listen, I'm a man. I like beautiful black women, but at the same time, I like my peace.
True.
That's valid.
More important than anything, I like my peace more than anything. I don't care how a woman looks. I don't care how bad she looks. Listen, I dated some of the baddest black women ever. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is, can you allow me to lead you, and can you allow me to keep my peace? That's what matters to me the most.
True.
That's valid.
That is valid. All right, who's gonna end this one off about the wig and weave thing so we can move on to the next subjects? Who wants to tie this up?
I'll just say last little part. I mean, with the wig thing and the hair thing. I mean, I understand it better now because I've had either women that I've dated or just women in my life just kind of explain it to me better. I understand now that, women put on wigs or do weaves. It's kind of like a protection of certain hairstyles or their hair in general. It makes it easier for them to get up in the morning and go to work and do what they got to do. So I understand that now better than when I was like in high school or when I was younger. Like even now I have locks and I put my locks in a certain style just so it can make it easier for me to go through the day and do what I got to do. So I have definitely listened and just kind of like taken in the whole subject matter and just listened to women tell me about, how or had listened to women get me to understand how important it is to, or why they do certain things. And so, I just wanted to throw that in there before we close out this subject.
I'm just gonna say my favorite hairstyle in a woman is some box braids, some faux locks.
Talk about it.
And some bouncy curly hair.
Talk about
it. That's just me. That's my preference. Yeah, I like that. But I just want to say I don't bunny hop. I love black women. There was a great topic, and I love everybody, all my black women.
All right,
No
let's
matter
do
what.
it. Let's do it. Let's get to the next one. So we're gonna move everybody down. Goddess, we're gonna leave you up because you said you want to start it off. So Meech, I'm not gonna move. Oh, wait. I'm not gonna move you, Meech. I'm gonna just leave you up here because you're gonna end up raising your hand. So all right. Nah, because I know you keep having to activate your camera. I'm like, man, I'm hauling him by just dragging him down and then bringing him back up. Okay. So now we're going to get over to Angelica, the flight attendant that everybody was sick and tired of hearing about.
Quite a bit from her episode. Let's take a look.
Yeah, they cooked her.
I'm not loud and rowdy, but I just feel like I might be a lot. I know I feel chill right now.
All right, name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is Angelique. I'm 32. It was the lashes comment. Women are gonna women. You know, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And I think for a man to make a comment about the things that we do, makeup, hair, lashes, like I get that it's not your preference, but let women be women.
Right.
Or don't date us. You know, it was the age.
Okay. Women are going to women. And if you don't like what women do not date us. Raise your hands on that take. Women are going to women, and if you don't like it, do not date us. Cinderoni, my big dog. How do you feel about that statement, brother? Women are going to women, and if you don't like it, don't date us.
I think it's very dismissive. I don't like the statement in general. Because it kind of just like, oh yeah, a woman is womaning, and it's like, what does that mean exactly? It sounds like it's dismissing a lot of things, dismissing the subject, dismissing accountability. I'm not sure how to take that. Because then we have to define what womening. What is womening?
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently
we keep adding ing after everything.
Yeah, like what is that? What is that supposed to mean to me?
Right.
Meech.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. How you feel?
Because she was being so condescending, saying, well, don't date us. Like, hey, what you trying to allude to? Now, I give her credit. On the reunion, she apologized and said, hey, I wasn't alluding to date, your gender or whatever. I don't want to put words in her mouth. But, yeah, so that was kind of just too condescending. And, yeah, she could have just left that alone. It was just like, that wasn't needed. She was just seeking for a viral moment, trying to get some attention. I'm gonna let Goddess take over, yeah. But yeah, I didn't like that.
Okay.
I didn't like that.
Goddess, go ahead. You on the hot seat. Women are gonna women.
Gonna pass the torch on, huh?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I felt like that was an attack, like on his sexuality in a sense, because it's like saying, okay, so if you don't want to date a woman with lashes, then you need to date a man then. Like, that's what I got from it. Like, to me, that's what it implied. But I like the fact that he did mention something about, if I don't particularly like the way those lashes look, then I don't feel as if anything's wrong with that. Because I did agree with that in a sense. It kind of ties back to a more natural look, I think is what he said. Because there's a difference between, like you said, natural lashes and then lashes that are more just dramatic looking, and it just takes away from your beauty. And so I felt like you have mentioned, it was condescending. And there was another thing that I can't remember his name that he mentioned too, was about why is it that when a man has a preference, why is it viewed as something wrong or something bad?
Okay, so we can pull that up. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. He said there's something about hypocrisy about
right, because right, like he said, what is wrong with me saying I prefer a more natural looking lash versus something that takes away from your natural beauty? So I agreed with him on that, because there are some women that, they do go overboard with it, over the top, when they don't need to do all that. I understand if you want to enhance your beauty a bit, but at the same time, you got to take into consideration that not everybody is going to like certain things that you have or do. So you shouldn't attack someone and automatically imply something about his sexuality, just like that whole comment we said I think it was the last talk or something about the sassiness thing. Right? So if a man were to say something condescending to a woman, oh, he's this, he's that, but it's okay for a woman to say, oh, we're gonna women. No, the same energy needs to be reciprocated,
Okay.
But can I make one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
One more comment too.
Go ahead.
About Angelique. And it was, sorry, I don't remember the people's names, but it was the dark skinned guy with the bald head, and when she was telling him something about
the look and all that.
Yeah, you're staring at me in a creepy way. And for me, it was
they call him Unc.
Huh?
They call him Unc.
Not
That's wild.
That's what they call him. That's
oh, that's what they actually call. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when she said that, to me, it was again delusional comment, because I feel like there's a difference between someone looking at you in a creepy way versus someone just admiring the way that you look. And like one of the other guys said, if if he's not sorry, my thought.
No, it's okay.
If you're not physically attracted to him, then that doesn't automatically mean that he's being creepy. Because there could be someone who you don't really think is attractive in your eyes, but just because they're staring at you or just admiring you doesn't make them creepy. I feel like when someone is doing things in a creepy way, because it's in your gut. It's like your intuition. You feel uncomfortable. You just have that, that inner feeling. But like I said, the things that she was saying, it was just too much.
But it was so crazy because they sit next to each other at the reunion.
Exactly. And then the things that she said she liked in a man was the same things that he was. He was dark skinned, bald, and whatever else she was saying. He was those qualities. So I don't understand. You don't understand what she's saying herself.
Okay. So
I just got one comment though.
All right, but then we got it real quick, and then we got to start dragging people up. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, like, for Joseph or Jay, for him to know the names of the lashes, that was a little weird though. I just be honest, as a man, just to know the names.
No, it's not weird.
That is,
Meech, you just named off the hairstyles you like on black women.
That's hairstyles.
It's the same.
It's the same
thing.
I don't know the details of
Meech. Every
time
I keep trying to save you, Meech, and you throw yourself into fire face first.
Hairstyles, same thing as eyelash. Like, come on.
No, Monet gotta get you. It's crazy.
Look, I don't know Tasha 23 when you go to the beauty supply. I don't know what those numbers. It's like, what is that? Is that a blonde? I don't know. I don't know these numbers.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying that's just a little too weird. Like, I don't like hybrids.
Weird.
What's a hybrid eyebrow or eyelash?
No, it's not weird.
That is weird.
It's not weird. It's the same thing. When a woman knows how to do like a taper fade on like a dude, like a woman can know like.
And I'm finna go get me some water, and whatever happens at this point,
it's not weird. No,
that is weird for him to know the details of the look.
You know, different types of black women hairstyles is the same thing. Like, why you know that? Like, you don't ever get them.
Like, I don't know the detail. But I don't know the details of like what number it was. Like he know the numbers
He
of
didn't
when he
say
go
the
to use.
number. He just said
He said
indivisible taste or like the
he said
full
it was
like
a
straight.
Rastafarian. He said Rastafarian number Tasha 23 or something. I don't look. Look. I plead the fifth.
The fact that you know that is a little bit weird since we're applying
See?
your
Oh,
logic.
he said
Exactly.
the, he said the braid color.
See,
Hold
I
on.
like
Okay.
I didn't know what a Tasha 23 was.
A Rastafari. A Rastafari, the braid color.
I have
I
made
plead
my
the fifth.
fact known in the chat. That's one.
I plead the fifth.
Two, nah,
You can't plead the fifth now. No, you just don't
no. Because KiteZz told you about these statements that you be making, and you still be getting yourself in trouble. That's one. Two, it ain't weird for him to know about the last details and all that. Because listen,
Yes,
he has
ma'am.
dated a fair amount of women who have probably educated him, and he was probably curious, so he knows. So for you as a man to question your other male counterparts' masculinity is wrong. That
I
is
didn't
one.
question it.
That's
I just thought that was just
one.
weird.
It's not weird.
Hashtag men protecting men, okay? Because you've been throwing around this term of me protecting black women. Well, now I'm protecting black men. Clock it.
Capricorn, right? So
No, don't bring
Oh,
the time.
here we go.
as a black,
Bro, but it's not into it.
Don't do that. Because I'm
as a
doing a search
Capricorn,
project on the
we
Zodiac
don't
now and
tolerate.
disproving them. Don't do that to me.
We don't tolerate this. Look, as a January
as the other man up here, bro. As the other
No.
man up here, please
Don't try
stop.
to save him.
Please stop.
No.
Don't save him, Cinder. Cinder.
You done so
Don't save
fired.
him.
Alright,
Don't
alright,
save him.
alright,
He's gonna be
alright,
saved.
alright,
He's getting himself
alright.
into it.
All right. Bro, I went to go
Anyways,
get
can I
water.
talk
I
now?
went no.
No, because I didn't even get my point.
Nah, it's really
get
it's
my
really
point.
crazy. I'll drag everybody off this mug. All right, it's really
No.
crazy. All right,
Yes, sir.
I went to go get water in my hallway, and y'all was just. I still heard y'all going at each other. It's really crazy. So like, what I need to happen right now is for us to get back to
It was
what
a
we
firing
was.
squad on my man's.
Yeah, what we was talking about. Okay, before he
Can I
said
do
that.
that?
All right, that's fair.
That gotta be next subject. Subject.
No, y'all not going. Matter of fact, Meech, I'm gonna save you right now. Meech is Meech ain't here. So what are y'all talking about? You feel me? So
Okay. We talked about Angelique. Okay.
Yep. Go back to Angelique.
So back to Miss flight attendant Miss right now. Anyway, she pissed me off. So that's one. Like, no, because everything about her just made me want to crash out. Because how you made that statement that women are gonna women. Now here's my thing. I had the Urban Dictionary that because I don't know what that means. So basically, womening essentially is doing, the gender role specific task of like, cooking and cleaning and ironing laundry and all that jazz. So to use that terminology, one, I found that to be kind of weird, but I understand that a lot of people don't think logically now. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is, like, he said specifically that was his preference, and I find it funny. I find it funny how, like, well, not funny, but not like funny, haha, funny, hee hee. That when men have preferences, they get attacked for it. They get called sassy. They get called X, Y, and Z just for having a preference. But a woman could be like, "Oh, I want a 6'3" behemoth of a man with long hair and big muscles and all that jazz," and it's normal and it's normalized. And it's like, I don't like how men get attacked for having preferences. Everybody has preferences. Everybody has preferences of what they want. It don't make them sassy. It don't mean you have to question their masculinity or their femininity. But you know what I mean as far as the gender wise. Like, it just because somebody has a preference doesn't mean that you as a person get to question their genetic makeup on who they are just because they prefer this or that. Mic drop.
Okay, mic drop indeed. Okay.
I know y'all sick of me.
No, I just this
that was valid. It was valid.
No.
it's valid. No, I'm laughing at that whole last little scenario because that crap was just. I don't know how
I'm telling you, bro. I tried to give bro an escape rope. I tried to give bro an escape rope. Tried to give him a way out. He came back and said, "I'm a Capricorn." That was it.
No, like listen, I've been doing a project in my college right now, bro. I'm literally doing a research topic on disproving that he did not want to empty that clip because I got 6 guns in the back.
No.
In
GTA.
Oh.
In GTA.
Right.
In Grand Theft
Body
Auto.
armor and everything.
All
Let
right.
me join your gang in GTA.
Yeah, let me join too.
All right,
Got you.
Cat. The 3 women of the apocalypse. Y'all finish it up, and then we gonna start dragging everybody else up.
All right. As soon as she said, women are going to women, I was like, girl, please stop speaking for us. Because no, at this point, she's not in the club no more. Because she, again, infuriated me. Because I was like, what do you mean women are going to women? Like, you mean wearing makeup and like doing this? And like, are you trying to come after him saying like, well, women are going to women. And if you don't like that, then it means you don't like women. I was like, really? Like, that's like the tonality that she was talking to him. And I'm like, really? I'm like, come on. Like, first off, not all women like to wear makeup, number 1. Number 2, just like the whole delusion that she lives in, that whole bubble she lives in, I need some of that because I feel like whatever she in a different type of universe right now, okay? Because if she's this delusional about, like life facts and how she talks to people and how she addresses things and like in general, like that entire season reunion and like her entire segment just infuriated me. Her and the other girl with the mouth with the I don't remember her name, but the one with the mouth who's always like speaking up for all the delusions. Like she's the queen of all delusions. Yeah. Like I didn't understand it because I'm like, stop trying to like picking out this random bag. Close your eyes, like some random excuse of why you just didn't like him. Okay, like just be honest. Okay, because I'm tired of these people saying, "Oh yeah, it's just personal preference," or "Oh yeah, it's just it's the shoes," or like, "Oh yeah, you're wearing glasses." Like I'm tired of that. Like please, like just say
PG.
I don't like how you look. I don't like how you look. I don't like how you dress. I don't like how you did your hairstyle that way. And then, like, just so I can cut it short, if women are going to women, then let men do what they're going to do too. Like, let men wear their hair how they want to wear their hair. Number 1, let them wear the clothes they want to wear. Number 2, number 3, let them talk how they want to talk. Like, if women are going to win, let men win. Why we always got to put men down on doing anything? Like, oh yeah, why'd you do? I don't like locks. Oh yeah, I don't like I don't like bald. I don't like beards. Or I do like beards. Like, just let men. Like, okay, if you're gonna say that and be a hypocrite, let men then. Stop popping over all these stupid stuff that they can't even change. Like, oh yeah, it's the height for me. Like, nah, let men. Let the short men be short men. Let the tall men be tall men, and accept them for who they are and love them all the same because they do deserve it. I'm done. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Dang.
Yo.
Okay. All right. Thank you, 3 women of the flock apocalypse.
Goddess, before you do it, after you end it, you have to do mic drop. That's our signature, okay?
Yeah, that's her thing though.
The 3
Yes. Okay, so then with Angelique's segment, right? I think it was towards the end of her segment after they were talking about women are gonna women. Oh my gosh, what was his name again? The guy with the locks on the end.
Jay.
What was his name? Yes, Jay. So I kind of wish that they would have dived in a little bit about his final statement there when he was saying like the hypocrisy of it all, why is it that our preferences are wrong? He's like, I'm tired of this. Like, I kind of wish they would have tackled more into that because
they unfortunately didn't tackle it because just how the women were on there. As soon as he started speaking, if you look at a lot of the face expressions as he was bringing it up, and we can even bring it up on the video, it was very dismissive towards what he was trying to say. So hold on, I'll bring it up for y'all. Hold herself accountable. Shout out to that. Shout out to you.
Yeah. In your sexuality, and that was never the case.
And Jay, you actually did. You made a post about it on Instagram. You said you felt like it was an attack on your manhood, right? You said something along those lines. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah. I mean, I've been consistently attacked for my manhood on this show, you know, but I think you popped prematurely on me because there's levels to it, right? Like her lashes was like those little caterpillars that was black that we ain't seen since we was like 15. But yours, like I could see through it. You couldn't see through hers. I could see through yours. And I actually complimented your lashes, right? So I like the individuals. I like the hybrids. I like those lashes. I don't like the little strips. But also when makeup is supposed to be natural, but it doesn't look natural, that's something that I don't like. So if the makeup is supposed to look natural, right? Like lashes, they're supposed to look natural. But if it's supposed to look unnatural, like I complimented you on your eyeshadow, right?
And I said thank you.
I don't think niggas is running around with fuchsia eyelids.
So that wasn't the exact part, but that was just one of Jay's segments. But I did notice in this one, they didn't allow Jay to speak as much as he wanted to. But before we move on, shout out to Floridian Rollo for that $5 super chat. Much love. Shout out to Rollo, man.
Shout out Rollo.
Much love to everybody that's donated. All right, go ahead and finish your point.
Y'all go follow his channel too.
Go shout out to everybody that's been giving. Shout out Monet. Shout out Zeus. Shout out Rollo. Much love, y'all. Y'all don't have to do it, but we appreciate
What's the role you told me to add, Cinder?
Women of the apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that as a role, y'all.
Women of the apocalypse is crazy. Goddess, go ahead and finish your point because I know I cut you off.
Say certain women get that. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I cut you off.
Yeah, I mean that was all. Like you said, I kind of wish they had more women that were of substance versus some of the same women from that one episode, because like we were saying earlier, Tiffany and Joiko.
Yeah, Joiko.
Yeah.
They were the main ones that were, you know, bringing more insight into things, and I kind of wish, like you guys said, they had other women that could be on that same mindset as those two ladies. But yeah, I wish that they weren't as dismissive of the topic, and I wish the other men on that panel kind of elaborated more about it. But that was it. I'm ready for pink dress, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna start getting everybody up here. Women of the apocalypse, you may flee.
Is this a new segment? A new topic?
Nah, this is unfortunately that segment lasted so long, everybody didn't even get to talk about it. So we got to speed round it. So I'm gonna bring up 3 at a time so we can get through everybody. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Too Cold, go ahead, start it off. How did you feel about that? The women go women comment.
Hey, she a walking contradiction. Like Jay said it like perfectly. Like, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on. The fact that she really just said that. I mean, she don't really listen to what they say, because she kept on going on about it throughout the rest of the show after she said that. It don't make no sense.
Okay. Poetical. Go ahead, gang.
All right, let me just make this quick so we can get on to the next topic. She sounds like one of those type of women that just wants to do what she wants to do and like just leave me alone. Like a woman that's going to be kind of hard to lead. And if you were to have her in the relationship, like what was previously said, she contradicted herself. She talked about the dude looking at her creepy or whatever. Then she went on to describe the type of dude that she liked, and in turn, it was exactly him, which was like that right there. Just like made me scratch my head. I'm like, what are you talking about? You literally just described him, but you don't like him. So was the fact that he looked at you or you felt creeped out by him looking at you was basically because you didn't like him. Because if it was any other dude, it wouldn't have probably creeped you out the same way. Again, she was kind of just all over the place, and so yeah, we don't need to too much with her anymore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Smiley. Let's talk about it.
Alright, so I feel like she remind me of like a woman like Amanda Seals, like that just do too much. Like you didn't even have to say that he like into women, cause that's what I mean into men, cause that's what she basically said. She questioned his sexuality like for no reason, and the thing of it is like she and you gonna eat me up on the floor and all that. Like, dude, like come on, like you ain't gonna do that to no other person. Like you only doing that to him because, like Poetic said, you don't like the dude. That's all I wanted to say though. Like, man, these people crazy. These black feminists, these white feminists, all these feminists is crazy. We need to be neutral.
Right. We do got from our very own fan favorite Valencia. She said, or maybe his look was creepy. I feel like she has a right to feel uncomfortable. She should not be critiqued on feeling uncomfortable, which is a very good point.
I get that, but you come on the show that like you just like you supposed to be honest. If you just say that, not say oh I don't think I have a type, or my friends don't think I have a type. If you ask them, like no, we asking you, not your friends. Why you bringing up other people? Like, did they come on the show? No. So like that's a horrible argument in my opinion.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's get these next three people up. Thank you, Young Smiley. We got Your Majesty, Always Learning, and Jules Hammond. These are all three new speakers. So, Your Majesty.
Sorry, my little one in the back. Hi, how's everybody? Hello from Canada.
Shout out to Canada.
Good, how are you?
Hello.
Oh, that's Canada.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yep. Well, while she's handling that, Jules Hammond, go ahead and talk your talk. How you feel about the women go women statement?
Okay, how do I say this? So, about this whole Angelique situation, I'm gonna be really honest, and this isn't really towards the women is gonna women statement. I wanted to touch on when she said, remember in the episode when she popped, I forget who she popped on, but she was saying how she wasn't trying to block her blessing, so to speak.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
My thing is, how are you gonna say that, but then pop on every dude for superficial reasons, if that makes any sense?
Well, the beautiful thing is it didn't make sense to begin with. And that's why so many people went on her, because she constantly kept saying, I'm not gonna block my blessings because of height. But then majority of the reasons why she popped on dudes was height. So it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense.
Also, I just wanted to say I'm a really big fan of you guys, and this is my first Block Talk.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the vlog. Yes, sir. Hey, we glad for you and everybody that chose to speak up, because at the end of the day, me and Alex are just regular people. So come on, be cool with us, man. We're glad you even have the courage to come up and speak, and hopefully you will join many more Flock Talks and speak many more, just like everybody else.
Oh no, I'm fine with y'all at this point.
Yes, sir. All right. Always Learning. How did you feel about the women go women statement?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Thanks. First off, it's nice to actually finally be here. I'm usually on YouTube talking way too much in the comment section, but it's nice to actually be here for a Flock Talk. So it's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys mentioned it time and time again, and as someone who's, in my late 30s, it's amazing when
you're intentional with your dating, how your perspective changes when you're meeting a potential suitor or potential husband or wife. People like her, unfortunately, have been able to get away with this type of approach, I guess, based on her looks, based on the people that she surrounds herself with that won't call her out, or she'll just ignore them if they do call her out. Because to, contradict yourself that way, be so comfortable in thinking that you make sense in the way you approach a potential guy or or anyone who is interested in you, and to feel comfortable saying those things for me is baffling. But as someone who tries to be logical, that doesn't even make any sense what she was saying. But she was confident in what she's saying, and I'm sure if you pulled her up right now in this Flat Talk, she would defend herself again. So I think it's more of a lesson for people who are, especially if you're younger and you're still trying to figure out this whole thing called life. Try to at least approach things in a more sensible way, because it helps you to avoid situations like this where you're so far deep that I don't know if she'll ever change, honestly. I think she's in her 30s. Maybe she will change, but maybe it'll be too late by the time she's looking to settle down.
Okay. Hey, I'm glad that you joined us for the first time. Also, it don't matter how much y'all type on YouTube. At the end of the day, you people that y'all leave 13, 15, 18 comments, we do not be mad at that. Please do it as much as you want. I'll like and heart that comment every time, because what you guys are doing, you people that you guys leave your play-by-play comments and you guys leave 10, 20 comments, you guys are actually helping us in the system. You guys push it. The YouTube system looks at it and goes, hey, people are talking about this video. So it's because of you guys doing stuff like that, you guys that chat in the comments on our videos, you guys that like the videos, you guys that even, if you guys ever make a YouTube short reacting to our clips, tag us in it. We watch them. We actually watch them. Y'all go crazy, man. But hey, thank you, always learning for that. Your Majesty, if you're ready to talk. All right, always learning. If you got a closing statement, go ahead, Bill.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. So, one of the first things that I thought of when, what's her name, made the comment about women are gonna women, I got real disappointed, because I'm like, well, this is why these are one of the reasons why people keep saying physical attraction or initial attraction. Like, if you're gonna ask me why I didn't choose you, and I'm honest and I tell you why I didn't choose you, and you're gonna give me that kind of response, then I may as well just said physical attraction. Unfortunately, we don't like that, but like, if this is how you're gonna respond to my honesty, then I might as well have just said physical attraction. This is where you get the dishonesty of like people just saying physical attraction instead of saying what they actually really, really like. It's almost like people are expecting them to just be like, oh, I accept you for who you are, and then be resentful in an actual relationship, where that's not how it works. Like, you want to be attracted to the person that you like, you're dating or seeking to marry, you want to be in one accord with like what they do, how they live their life, how they, you want to like things about them. But if you're expected to just accept and go along with the things that they're doing that you don't like, then it makes for an unfair relationship. Okay. A couple of things that I wrote down as well. Someone said earlier that like she almost seems like she wanted to do what she wants to do, and she kind of like projected the fact that like, oh, I wear eyelashes, so like you should accept the fact that it, like, she made something that wasn't about her personal, and it had nothing. He didn't say I don't like your eyelashes. He said he didn't like someone else's eyelashes. So it kind of made no sense for her to make that comment, because he wasn't talking about her. Like someone said before, like he liked her eyelashes. There was a difference. And even like, I think it was Remy who made a comment in the chat about like how back in the day, like people were just allowed to like what they like beauty was an eye in the beholder, I think she said in the chat. It's like, how comes like nowadays Like, everybody has to be accepting of every little detail. Like, everyone's not allowed to have their own personality, their own preference. Like, everybody has to just accept everything, but somehow still maintain some form of individuality. It's a very contradicting nuance that people just want everybody to take on. It really makes no sense. That's all I have to say.
Hey, very well spoken, and we glad you got to share that with us. Thank you for joining up for the first time. So we are proud of you, and I agree with your take. I get exactly what you're saying, so I thank you. Let's start getting everybody up here. We gonna get Duty Mac, Mr. Yankee, Chris, Mecca. Let's get you guys all up here. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Whoever wants to speak first, go ahead.
Yes, I'll speak. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
No, you first, brother.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it, bro. Because I was gonna do this real quick. Because I want to hurry up and get to the whole each conversation, and then I'm out. But the whole Angelique thing, right? When I tell you, real quick, KiteZz, when you be at the screen and you look like you're just ready to just, shake the screen and pull all your hair out, I'll be right there with you, man. Because I can't. Oh my God. It's hilarious because I relate to it. But anyway,
yeah.
Angelique has got to be the most backwards, frustrating, hypocritical person on this show I've ever seen, along with Ish, who I know we finna get to next. She when she said the whole women are gonna women thing, that's not the first time I've heard that comment. When I hear that comment, women are gonna women, what that means to me is, so what you're saying is you don't want a man, you date yourself, you do everything for you. Again, this goes back to beauty is vanity. It's not the fact of the matter of you can't do what you want to do to look good for yourself. That's not what we're saying. That's not the problem. The problem is you coming at the man talking about Joseph, aka Jay, and he was right when he said, tired of this double standard hypocritical stuff. I was with him all 100%. I've been saying that for I don't know how many years. It's not the fact that you can't do what you want to do. It's the fact of the matter of you questioning him and challenging him on saying, women are gonna women and you should da 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 da. What? And I like what he said. He was like, well, okay, if that's how you feel, then who are you dating? Because if it's a whole lot of people out here saying they don't like that, and it is, then why do you keep doing it? And she couldn't properly answer the question. Then when she came at old boy saying, I don't like how he was looking at me, like I know I'm his type, I don't like how he's looking at me, it's making me uncomfortable. Okay, you may be uncomfortable, but how about this? You're on a web show with thousands to millions of people watching. There's probably people in the audience. You're meeting a whole bunch of new people you've never met a day in your life. There's cameras, everything. So,
right.
There's multiple factors. There's multiple factors to making you uncomfortable. So if this is the kind of thing that you're not used to, and you always say that you get a whole lot of looks when you be at work and all that, hey man, welcome to life. Men are gonna men. You know what men do? We when we find eye candy we like, we look you up and down. We look you up and down. We size you up like, man, you know what I'm saying? Shorty got that wop. Shorty got that thing, man. You see the legs on my, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm being comical with it, but I'm also being real.
Yeah.
That wop. Yeah, that wop. You know what I mean. I'm trying to keep it clean, but the point of the matter is, she was just frustrating, irritating. I hope to God she and the rest of them clowns never come, cause she a goofy. I'm gonna just say it. I'm very blunt and I'm very crass with it, but I'm honest. She's a goofy, and I was hoping that the reunion would have opened up her eyes, cause even Tiffany was like, "Girl, I'm sorry to say this. You was tripping. You was," and she was like, "Oh, that's how you feel." Like she didn't say much, but when she said that, it's like, she was offended that she wasn't being
10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, this is a dating show. You're coming on here to find love. If you don't find somebody that fits your liking, that's all well and fine. That's not what people criticize people for. People criticize people like that, like her, because of the hypocrisy that they show and the inability to take accountability and say, you know what? I made a prejudgment. I was wrong. I'm standing on what I'm standing on, but you know what? I apologize for how that came off. I didn't mean that. you know, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like we all here to just try to find our person. You know, that it just didn't come out the way that I thought. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can't just say that. We can't just say that. It has to be a well, I felt like this. Well, it's like no, man, nah. The bottom line of it is because I know other people want to talk. The bottom line of it is, she frustrated me. She's a goofy. I hope she never comes back. And you know, it just is what it is. I'm gonna sit back because I'm waiting for this each part, and then I'm out.
Okay, appreciate you, gang. Also, Valencia did type. She said that is why she has the right to feel uncomfortable. She took accountability and apologized today to Jay, and she stood in how she felt with Baldy. So there are some disagreeing takes, but at the end of the day, we are not a monolith. Everybody is right to feel how they feel about the subject, because that is the beauty of the flock. All right, Chris, go ahead, man.
Yeah. I have a very unique perspective on this, and probably majority of you men won't like what I have to say. Now, what she said by the women are going to women only applies to the men that she actually doesn't like. Now, if she actually likes a dude, all that stuff she's saying won't matter. Why? Because she actually sees value in that man. Because when you see value in something, you're not going to be saying crap like that.
Right.
Think about that. Anything you see value in, you're actually going to change for it. That's all she is. She hasn't found a man that she actually has in value. Oh, the second thing on listen, these women aren't popping because of the shoes or the clothes and all that. They're popping because these men, in their eyes, lack sex appeal. No man wants to hear a woman say, "Oh, I popped on you because you don't really turn me on." So they're going to find some creative way to say, "Oh, I popped on you because of your shoes. Oh, I popped on you because of your hair." But the actual reality is they're not sexually appealing enough. That's all that it is.
Okay. Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it. All right. Appreciate you, Chris. Chris been cooking first day. He came out rookie season and just went 3-0. Like he just came out every time, just swinging hard. Good job, Chris.
Thanks.
All right. Mecca, go ahead, man. Mecca or Yankee, either one. Go ahead, talk your talk. And if y'all don't talk, I will move y'all down. Go ahead, Yankee.
Okay, what I'm about to say is, Chris said, you know, says very Chris, he's on the head because it's all about accountability. But you're not going to hand because you're on a format and a platform where millions of viewers is going to watch. Women are going to divert and probably deflect from the true thing they want to say. Most people are trying to be, how should I put it? They're trying to be more thoughtful and tactful as far as how to say that they don't like each other. But let a guy say it in a more than most guys like us. Certain guys don't think that. So we came in and said it'd be a free for all. Yeah, but became more like a
Mr. Yankee, unfortunately, your mic is getting destroyed, man. We can't even hear you no more.
No. You hear me now?
Nope. It is. You might have to leave the session and then rejoin it so your mic refreshes. We'll wait for you to come back.
Hey, what was that commercial? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yeah,
Verizon.
He was getting cut.
Shout out to Zeus.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Zeus. I forgot. This is his second super chat donation in a row, because he did one earlier where he said, welcome to the first time people. He sent a $10 super chat, and then he also sent a $5 super chat. Zeus, you are literally the 2G1A sponsor, dog, because the way you keep dropping is crazy. You said Mac said his mic is tripping. Okay, it's okay, man. We'll go ahead and fix it, and then we'll bring it up. But for right now, I think we're ready to go to the ish part of this thing, because everybody's ready to wrap it up. So let's get to the ish thing. We gonna talk about it, but let's show some context of ish and the horrible stuff that transpired here.
to see that they did us like that.
Okay, so this group chat, was it everyone from the episode in one group chat together? Is that what this was? Or?
Let me just say,
mostly everyone.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
Let me just say, as soon as I left that building, I said, "Don't add me to no dang group chats."
Oh,
I've been through this before. I was on a previous episode, so I know how messy it can get. So I said, "Don't add me to the group chat. I don't want to be no part."
The group chat started.
Mike.
The group chat started.
I don't care about what TJ got to say. We're gonna go straight to Ish.
PJ made it so much worse.
He made it so much worse. We don't care what TJ. 4-inch high heels, but didn't understand that high heels add to their. Hold on, let's skip my rant real quick. Let's get over straight to where she starts talking, cause that's all we're here for.
And really much back in a negative, said something.
Okay. Get ready, y'all, because some of y'all about to be mad. So
You had like I said, you had the opportunity to speak up for us in a positive light. Like, let's not act like we're not on these platforms and we have a certain level of power.
Mhm.
Like, there were episodes where, the women said something about, whatever, and then you had the guys clap back in a negative way or be sassy or whatever. And, there wasn't really much scrutiny toward, I'm not going to say there wasn't any scrutiny toward the women, because I'm sure anybody and everybody has something to say. But we got it the worst, I think, because we were being honest. We were being asked to be specific about these things. And because you guys, portrayed yourselves, in a way where it's like, okay, you were nice, laid back. You were kind of like, in a way, the internet.
The men in your episode. Okay, we don't need to hear my rant. I get tired of my own voice. All right, you people that are ready to go to war about Ish. Cinder, what's your take on what you just heard? Before we let the hounds loose.
I don't gotta take it. Yeah, let the hounds loose. I don't gotta.
He ready for war. That's all he care about. All right, let's do it.
I just want to see a squabble.
Let's do it. I got certain people I want to click up here first. Hold on. I need to. We gonna
put the worst parents together.
Yeah. And I'm saving Meech and Monet for last.
Let's separate the women. Yeah, y'all let's say separate the women of the apocalypse.
Oh, step up. All the women
need a little bit of
too much.
All right, Jules, go ahead, man.
Good. I'm so glad you clicked on me first, because I gotta get this TJ rant out of my system.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
yeah, let's talk about TJ too.
Good, because I initially liked TJ when he first got on the show. I thought he was cool. Then I watched his catch up. I'm like, okay, I see where he's coming from. I get it. He wants to, take his time. I get all that. Then you follow up on the reunion and you talk about something that you weren't even a part of. That's my whole
talk
thing.
about
like,
it.
Why?
Talk about it.
Come on, preach.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
And then with Mish, or Ish, is Ish, right?
Yeah, Ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ish.
All right. Thank you. So with the whole Ish situation, she brought up something that I figured we were gonna get into at some point tonight, but I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it up now.
Yeah, go ahead. It's the final segment. Go ahead. You can bring it all up.
Come on.
Gotcha. About with the whole PTSD about that haircut.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna just get on out of here because I want to hear what the rest of the hounds gotta say. But honestly, with this whole haircut situation, how are you gonna single off a guy on a haircut? And I get it, PTSD is PTSD, but sis, we can't really change that. Well, we can, but you know where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah, you're basically saying people. First off, nobody knows the girl, so it's unfortunate that a guy could get labeled as bringing up her PTSD off of a haircut that he didn't even know that there was like a trauma attached to it. So it's like for her to be making it like a big deal. It is a big deal to her, but it's not like people preemptively knew how serious the situation was. But because it's PTSD, we got to give her the grace of it, because we don't have the right to dictate how PTSD works. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah.
Also, sidebar, Tiffany was a real one. We ride or die. We ride or die.
Yeah, She gonna get married one day for sure.
All right, Smiley, since you chiming
She
in, go ahead.
definitely
Talk
gonna get
about it.
married.
Talk about the each little segment. Let's
No,
go.
no. Listen, so first off, remember in middle school when they all used to have group chats
Mm-hmm.
and everybody used to sing everybody and people used to get exposed? This is what it remind me of. Like, y'all too grown to be having group chats. We all know what the group chats be getting into. And not only that, like the lady was laughing about the haircut situation to begin with, and now that it blew up, now she want to act like a victim. You feel me? That ain't cool. That ain't cool. And not only that, she gonna try to use the Haitian thing. You noticed that, right? She gonna try to use the Haitian thing, but the other Haitian lady wasn't even agreeing with her. She was sitting right next to her, and the other Haitian lady was like, "Hold on, you telling lies." The bald headed, Jada Pickett looking one. She was like, "Hold on, I don't agree with you. This ain't how Haitian women move." You feel me?
Yep.
Don't throw the souls under the bus for real. But nah, that's just what I got to say. Like in the TJ thing, he playing with that girl, the stripper girl. I mean,
Talk about it. Talk
the
about it.
dancer girl. He playing with her because at the end of the day, it don't take that long for a man to know that he's in love with a chick that it don't take that long. You feel me? Like I feel like nowadays people just be trolling and they be playing because I think people in his ear about the stripper. I'm so sorry about the escort thing, or
Exotic dancer.
the exotic dancer thing or whatever. Yeah, people so like in his ear about that, and I think it really messed with his self-esteem. Like, cause I think he got a problem with himself because he keep on listening to what everybody else saying instead of actually getting to know her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that judgment could kind of deflect on you from not messing with a person just because you don't have a mind of your own. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's very childish. He's very immature to be playing with that lady like that. Cause that lady was the only lady to call out the nonsense and be neutral like you and Alex. So like I appreciate her for that. For real, she gonna get married.
Yes, sir. And Smiley with the mic drop. He cooked up as we expected. Also to the comments, Miracle Saint Hilaire said Haitian. He threw up the Haitian flag. Shout out to Haiti. Shout out to all y'all, man. All right, ladies. Hold on. Let me drag.
Zeus.
Let me.
Oh my God.
Zeus
bro.
with another $20 bomb going crazy.
Where your wife at, man?
Where your wife at?
Tell her to take your card.
All right, we gonna throw Kat and we gonna throw Monet because we might as well have the four women of the apocalypse up here. So
oh hi.
Oh man.
Might as well do it. Might as well do it now. Let's do it. Let's get it out the way. All right.
Man, I'm gonna give my little 2 cents of my sisters eat real quick.
Go ahead.
If that's cool, because they gonna eat no crumbs.
Go for it.
Okay, so don't piss me off. Like whenever I hear a woman call a man sassy, it pisses me off because at this point in human development and emotional intelligence and all of this rah we've been doing about mental health, you're not gonna get on the internet, on this colored, clear HD internet, and call a man sassy. I just feel like that is low vibrational. It shows low intellect, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, forgive me for not watching the entire recap because I kind of stopped it at that point. For me, like I just kind of clicked out because at what point do you as a single woman expect a man to respect you in a conversation where you can't have like intelligent vocabulary? Like if this is your back and forth, how do you expect to find anybody? You might be quote unquote good looking on the outside, but your internal, your spirit is trash. It is. And that's just my take on that. I really don't have much to elaborate because I feel like sometimes people come on this Pop the Balloon show intentionally just for, propaganda or to perpetuate whatever image they have. This not to intentionally to find a partner. You know, people come on here and just are unhinged for the sake of being unhinged and just say things, and it ends up ruining your life, and you'll never find a partner. So that's just my take on that. 15 seconds of fame for a lifetime of loneliness. That's cool.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
I like the way that's
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Who's next?
No, for real, sis. Don't piss me off.
Who's next?
Go ahead, ladies. Go ahead. You know the best gotta go last.
Dang, that's
me
crazy.
first.
That's crazy.
That's
Bro.
crazy.
I ain't got no
wild.
stake
Go
on
ahead.
this.
Wow.
That's crazy on that. You the best. That's wild. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I set the tone. So I got two main things. First on this Miss Ma'am right here, and then on TJ, because I used to like TJ. Now I don't. I got a clip for that, man. All right. First on this woman first, though. She is the prime example of someone who is so entitled and so... let me not label her narcissistic. I shouldn't do that. But so entitled that she thinks that the world revolves around her and her actions, that she has main character syndrome bad. Like, she thinks she's the lead in an anime and she controls whether if the world is going to continue or not. That's how I feel like she carries herself. Number one. Number two, automatically she is so manipulative, because she was like, yeah, I just felt it was so bad that the men were like bashing on us and not coming up to save us from the internet. And I'm just like, Miss Ma'am, I watched both of those videos. None of the men, like you already said it in the video, Kites, and you too, Alex, none of the men were bashing y'all. The men were just speaking on their experience about what y'all did to them for no reason. And y'all were the ones acting fake, if you want to be really truthful, acting fake with them after they, you guys made the group chat and got to know each other a little bit. And then you guys got fake on the camera because you wanted to get, the most likes and most clicks. And for her to try to manipulate the conversation for the entire reunion to make it seem like trying to demonize the men, because she didn't realize she was, she dug her own grave by herself. The men had no say in that. Okay, she did it all on her own, sweetie. Like, the way the internet picked you out is for the most part correct. I'm not gonna say all of it, but for the most part, yeah. Like, she is just so delusional and so manipulative that I don't think she'll ever be able to be in a relationship with anyone healthily, because I feel like she'd always make it feel like, if let's say if she spilled over the water, she would make it feel like, well, if you didn't place the cup on the edge of the table like that, I wouldn't have knocked it over. So it's your fault, not mine. So I'm like, what? Yo, I can't, she makes me, every time she speaks or picks up her mic, she infuriates me. And now, not to get off, TJ, I think, is messing with my girl Tiffany, because I don't think he really like her. Because that entire catch up, he was like, yeah, we're gonna take our time and she's a great person, that's what let me not say that, but that's what every person says to an individual that they want a friend zone. And I know this because I've done it myself. Okay, you're a great person and everyone's great to have her, and or everyone would be great to have him, but the fact that Tiffany was so adamant, like, yeah, I'm ready to start this now, and let's find out if we really can do this, and TJ is always like, nah, we're just gonna take our time. Like, he can't be honest with himself because he's a yes man. He likes to be, he likes to be on everyone's side. That's why in the group chat, he left the group chat when things got messy. He was agreeing with Ish over there about everything, trying to say that the men were trying to attack him, which was crazy, because if you watch the video, that didn't happen. Let's live in reality here, guys. I can pull up the timestamps if you want. Okay? So TJ, he doesn't like her, and he doesn't like the fact that she is an exotic dancer. Number one, that's the main reason why he doesn't want to ever date her. And he's gonna keep leading her on, and she's gonna keep thinking that it's gonna be something someday, but it's never gonna be something. Because again, a man always knows what they want, and a man with intentions always goes after what they want. So the fact that he's so wishy-washy on her automatically pulled up red flags that he doesn't actually like her, and he doesn't want to proceed with that relationship being romantic. He'll be friends with her, but he's not ever going to proceed romantically.
Okay.
I
Yeah, that's the main point. And I'm gonna hand it over to Goddess or Renee.
Hold on real quick before we hand it over. Valencia said, man said he left the group chat after seeing the women being disrespected. He definitely been chatting to somebody. Yeah, that's the crazy part. Because I feel like TJ, I had to tell him to shut up in the video because it was just like, I felt like bro was just chatting. He wasn't actually adding nothing to what like was going on there. He was just, it seemed like he was just chatting to get some likes or something. But Monet and Goddess, let's finish it up, you two, so we can start getting everybody up here for one last little session so everybody can air it out and we can end this flock talk.
Okay, I wanted to say that I really loved when BM came and he was holding her accountable of the long distance part.
Right.
Because I felt the same way. Like, okay, how are you gonna say I'm not gonna go on a 5-hour plane ride when, I mean, I can't remember where she was from, but
Detroit.
Wherever she was from, I'm pretty sure it was about the same amount of hours to get to Phoenix. So, like he was saying, there is no logic behind what she was saying there either. If you're willing to go on this show to Phoenix, then obviously you should have an understanding that there's going to be people from different parts of the country. So why, like he said, why are you coming on here? Why are you wasting my time? And I'm really glad that he came on and said that point, because I can't stand when people are so quick to pop, be like, oh, that's too far for me. Because as you mentioned, there's no excuses. If you really love someone, if you really care about them, then you're going to do whatever it takes to get to them, you know, to make time. There's no excuses for that. So I really hope that going forward, they could, I don't know, find people who really genuinely want to be there and genuinely want to find love, because that was one of the main things that pissed me off about her. The other one, like you guys were saying, the whole protecting thing. You know, your character, like, why would somebody defend your character? The things that you're saying, the things that you're doing, that's on you. That's not their role. That's not their job to come out here and quote unquote protect her. And then the last thing that I was going to mention was I didn't like how she also said something to Rob about, oh, so what other races have you dated or something like that.
Okay.
Just because it was like the community is materialistic. And then my thing is, okay, so let's just say if he did date other races, why do you even care? Because you didn't want to be with them in the first place. So what difference does it make if he wanted to date someone else? You didn't want to give him the chance, you know? But like he said, that had nothing to do with his statement regardless. I mean, he was saying that, yeah, they were saying like our culture, music, things like that. There's a lot of derogatory words and such, but yeah, I thought that was odd as well.
Okay, good call.
Yeah, they say that to men that date outside of their race as like a stronghold type of thing, because they feel like, well, if you're dating outside of your race, you have no right to speak on what's going on in the community because you're no longer in the community, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's
stupid.
Ridiculous.
Just stop doing that.
Mic drop. Say it, Alex. Say it. Mic drop.
Yeah, become part of the apocalypse.
Well, as a fellow member of the Dr. Umar fan club, I feel
okay.
All right,
What?
My fault.
Hey, shut this man down.
Nah.
My fault, gang.
We understand. Black queens never, snow bunnies never. We understand.
Yeah.
You said it so many times.
Tuck it
We understand. I promise. Anyways, so I don't care how any of y'all look at me after I say this, because you can turn your ojo somewhere else. I don't care. So what I'm about to say. Clutch your pearls. I don't clutch your hoodie strings, whatever. I don't
As
know.
long
but
as you ain't
got
cursing,
clutches.
I don't care.
Anyways, I ain't cussing. So, Ish is a very I don't like her, and she's very
Stop sugarcoating it. Say what you was gonna say.
contradictory.
Stop sugarcoating it. Say what you was gonna say.
Let me build it up first. Hold on.
She
Gotta
trying to
build it up.
You know
What's
the
the point?
stove.
She
You know
trying to
the
build
stove
meter.
gotta heat up before you can cook the meal. Hold on.
The stove been on for like
Anyways,
4
that's why I
hours,
was-
gang.
Hey, bro, stop bullying me.
My fault.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. See, I should get compensated some more time because of that. Anyways, so back to what I was saying before I got rudely interrupted. She's a very complex contradiction, which is crazy because she's in this world filled of delusion. And to be honest for her, I feel sorry for her. And I'm not saying this as a way of protection, as a way of me supporting her claims, because her claims are bogus. You have no right to be talking about a man and his preferences. First of all, you have no right with trying to argue with the host of the show that allowed you to fly your narrow tail to Arizona, to his studio, to be on his wife's show. That's one. You have no right to argue with him and then say that, oh, long distance is hard, when that man lived in a whole nother country that's a whole 6 hours ahead. Be for real. Be for real. That's one. Two, I feel sorry for her because she's in this world so full of delusion. She's going to find herself in situations that she probably won't be able to get out of, or that's going to be really hard to get out of because you're so deluded on how a man should be and how you should be treated. You just think that every man that you find, he's going to think that you're the finest piece of sliced bread when you're not. That's the issue. And it's a big problem with women nowadays is that they have these friend groups that hype up their delusion, or they have these people that hype up their delusion and hype them up so much they're inflated like they're freaking Hercules. They think they can do everything and they're the finest piece of sliced bread when they really the back of the loaf. The back.
I like the back of the loaf.
Alex, this is not that type of conversation.
Nah, the back of the loaf be good sometimes. I ain't even gonna cap.
The back of the loaf be good though. Don't go into the back of the loaf. That's just
See, what we not
What
finna do is advocate for eating butt bread. All right, so we just gonna move on, gang. All right,
it be good though.
But
still bread.
But, yeah. Anyways,
Alex.
Valencia said, "I need the mic. I need the mic back to KiteZz. What about Dr. Umar? You don't want me to talk. You don't want me to talk.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all
want that? Go ahead, KiteZz.
You ain't gonna have a YouTube
career.
Go ahead.
Man, I'll get canceled right now. Now, first off, what we really need to talk about is how the... All right.
Anyways, but yeah, like she just... One, she should not be protected, and two, you shouldn't be relying on some random men, I should say, that you popped on, disrespected, stereotyped, and everything under the sun. You really gonna expect these men to protect you on social media when you're the one who's acting a fool and being deluded? Be for real. Be for real. That's like me asking a murderer to protect me, even though I just killed his dog and stomped on him. That's stupid.
Dang, what the dog do?
Hey, man, dogs be doing a whole lot. But that's not the point. See, y'all getting me sidetracked. Y'all getting me sidetracked. But yeah, that's my issue. And then on top of that, my last point, and I'm gonna wrap it up. My last point is they need to stop with this sisterhood, because this sisterhood is what keeps women single.
About it.
How y'all?
Like, Rob, come on, talk about it.
Have a man, be in your feminine era, be having a man, having a house, having that job, having that lifestyle. When you sitting here popping, oh, well, because he said he ain't like her lashes, so obviously he not gonna like mine. Trick, he ain't say that he ain't like your lashes. He said he ain't like the other girl's lashes. So what does other girls' lashes got to do with yours? Because y'all obviously not wearing the same lashes that came from the same horse. Make it make sense.
Yes.
Sisterhood keeps people single, and it has to stop. Sisterhood only matters when there's a trauma, when you actually need to be unified. But when it comes to finding your life partner, sisterhood goes out the window. Because a sister's not going to pay for my bills. A sister not going to protect me from no man that's glaring at me across the street. A sister not going to kill that 8-legged spider that's on the wall that I need to be gone so I can sleep properly. And a sister is not going to fix my leaky pipe when it's acting all funny and I don't know what's going on. And a sister not going to change my oil or look at my car when it's sounding funny. Mic drop. Mic drop.
My hands is up.
Drop it
My hands
again,
is up.
drop it
As a
again.
man, my hands is up. My hands is up. This is my hands is up.
Mic
Nothing to say. Nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
Ain't nothing to say to that.
My hands is up.
Nothing to say to that.
That's how we do it in the apocalypse. Yes, sir.
Mic drop.
That's how we do it in the apocalypse, yo.
All right.
Oh, man.
I rest my case.
Thank you for horsewomen of the apocalypse. We gonna get down to the rest of the civilians now, so we can wrap this up. I'm gonna bring up majority of y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are up. Let's do it, L Dragon. First time hearing from you today, L Dragon. Let me hear it, brother. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
That's what's
you know,
up.
I've been patiently waiting for this specific topic because I really want to get into it.
Get into it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to the goddess Monet and Kat because they've been really holding it down.
Don't forget
for this
Remy.
whole. Oh yeah, and her too.
Mhm.
They've really been holding it down. And second, I just want to say, TJ, you really let me down, man. You really let me down. I was rooting for you, but you really let me down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and now to get to her,
talk about.
I'm not even going to say her name. To get to her, the entitlement that she has. The entitlement that she has is so crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about these guys that you popped on, and then you're upset because they didn't defend you the way you wanted them to.
Right.
And to me, it's like, who are you really to expect men that you really don't even know to defend you? First of all, she said they had the platform to do it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but she talked about when they were talking to BM about their experience, right?
Yeah, when when they got asked about their experience on the show, that's what they were talking about. But the women took it personal.
Exactly, which is crazy to me because you want them to defend you, but they're telling about their experience. They're not bashing you. They're just talking about how they feel about the experience. Mm-hmm. And here's something I really gotta say: if you're going onto this platform, you have to know what you're getting into. You have to know that people are going to say things about you that you may not like, mm-hmm. that you may not agree with. And if you don't have the physical, mental, and emotional capacity of knowing who you are, it doesn't matter what anybody says about you.
Right.
So the whole protecting black women thing that she's trying to say, it doesn't make any sense because if you knew of who you are and you value who you are, the men shouldn't even need to protect you. It wouldn't matter. And you're not even close friends with majority of these men. You're just now meeting them. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't expect any of them to protect me because one, I don't need them to protect me. But if they do protect me, I appreciate it, but they're not obligated to do that.
Exactly.
Unless that's your man, they're not obligated to do that. Because the Bible said that men are supposed to protect and provide, right?
Right.
But it says that within a marriage and a relationship, they're supposed to do that, right?
You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just crazy to me that she feels entitled to this protection from these men that she really don't even know. And going back to And this is what I'm gonna say. I really appreciate BM for calling her out on the whole long distance thing
Right.
because it just didn't make sense. And when I was watching your video, I understand why you were so passionate and confused about it when she was talking about it because it really didn't make sense.
Nope.
Because you want someone close to you, but you're gonna go like hours away to find someone close to you.
Exactly.
What sense does that make? Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yes, sir.
And BM said that he lived in another country to find Arlette.
Arlette.
So
Right.
Arlette. So them right there is a very good example of proving that it could work. They live in a different country. You're just going out of state. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that that it's going to be easy. But I'm just saying that if where you are isn't working for you, maybe you need to expand where you are to find what you want.
Okay.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Big mic drop by L Dragon, because I agree with you 100%. L Dragon came out here and started lighting it up. That's what I like to hear. Meech, you up next, gang. Let's do it.
You said okay. Yeah, man, everybody making good, valid points. I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record about the traveling situation because I agree with that. She made it to the reunion.
That part.
I don't think she did herself a disservice because she could have redeemed herself. But it was just so much to digest. Oh man, it was just so much. She was very disrespectful twice to BM because even on the talk to him, she was cutting him off and trying to change how they should do things on their show for her liking. I was like, wait, you want to change things for your liking and they're inviting you to their platform. I found out was like, hey, I was like the rest of the people that was saying. It was something else I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought, but she just now can somebody mistake me if I'm wrong? Like did she say she was like a podcaster or she do podcasting or something like that? When she first introduced herself, I kind of something she's in that field or something.
She's a musician. She does music, I think. She does music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was just that.
Valencia says she's a rapper.
Okay. Let me get to. I think that's what I want to say. There we go. To protecting black women, she used it. I don't think she knew the criteria or what she was trying to get to about that. I understand protecting black women. It's a lot under the umbrella, but I think she used it at the wrong term. Because it was like you displayed yourself, like you said, millions of viewers. See how all you ladies did the fellas on there, and they had the chance to go on BM, talk to them. All they was doing, like, what was that guy named Cliff? He said all we was doing was asking the question answering the question that was asked. That's all. Then that's what he was saying, and it was like, what you want us to do? Just like Jason was saying, like, what you want us to do? Like, she was like, you know how we were off. That would kind of strike me too. She said, you know how we were off the show. And I was like, so was y'all putting up a show, putting up an act? Because then why you to keep it genuine like how you was off the show then?
Right.
Because all we going off is how you projected yourself during that segment. And that's what we, as everybody said, has opinions or, we looking at it, and that's what the comments are for. They didn't, or let in BM, they didn't turn off the comments. If they wanted to, they could turn off the comments, but the comments is for us to say our comments, right? I mean, so I think she just got to take accountability. It's so hard for her to do that because she feel like she's gonna lose in that situation, but it's gonna take her some time, and I think she just did herself I just think she just did a disservice not to redeem herself, You know what I'm saying? Because I think somebody mentioned something about the girl code. I seen a lot of that in Tiffany and everybody messed up her name tonight. Jahiko. Yeah, they wasn't standing on. Yeah, they was not standing on girl code. They stood on business as individual women and got their point across. And I noticed, look, if you notice when they was speaking, Ish didn't cut them off. When the man speaks, she was keep cutting them off.
Yep, because that's how it goes.
That's what I seen. That's what I seen. But I'm gonna pass it. Thank you for the opportunity to be on your show.
Hey, I hope to see you. I hope to see you next week, Meech. I hope to see you every week, bro.
Next week is Thanksgiving though.
We're gonna do
it Friday.
We're gonna do it that Friday, bro.
Oh, you're gonna do it Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're doing the first giving, or what?
We either gonna do it Friday or Saturday just to give people a chance, because I know some people like the Black Friday shop. But we can talk about that after.
What we gonna talk?
When we gonna talk about what?
We're gonna talk about Mozzie. He's laughing at that.
We gonna talk about it when everybody go to that little group call at the end once the show over. You can talk about it there, because we
can talk about Mozzie off stream.
We gonna talk about it off stream.
I'm talking about
Nitro.
And about the TJ situation, young brother. Just think for yourself, young brother. Like, I mean, it seemed to me that he just influenced by everybody that's around him. He don't know how to think for himself. And yeah, I'm gonna pass it along. Yeah.
Thank you, Meech. Nitro, I know you've been waiting all day, big dog.
God is good. God is
all
good.
All the time.
I'm sorry if I cough a little bit, but just to like, I really dislike this lady. The only positive thing I have to say about this specific woman right here is that she looks good.
Okay.
But I like to think that I'm a good observer of people, right? And I'm just going to keep it about what the show's about, which is about what? Finding love, finding someone to be with, someone to be compatible with, to know somebody.
Right.
Throughout her appearance on the lineup, and then BM talks to them, and then coming on the reunion, it's like, why is she plaguing our lives and trying to attack the internet? All right? As a man, just based on how she's always challenging everything, complaining about everything, right? And this is just off of what we're seeing, all right? Like, it actually has me shaking right now.
You teed up.
It's oh shoot. It's, if she's doing all of that on TV and in front of people she doesn't know, what makes you think a man wants to walk into her life and be with that? Right? Whether these men defended her or not, right? She's still going to complain anyway.
Right.
BM comes on and talks to her nicely, and she's complaining.
Right.
Like sit down, be quiet, go to therapy, and learn about some ish. All right. like learn about yourself.
Right.
Right. Maybe get into some sport or something, that some extracurricular activities outside of rapping, and you know, like, learn about yourself. Learn about how to be, you know, civil and whatnot.
Right.
Just all this stuff from like I said, from her first appearance to her BM talks and to now.
Right.
Like, yo, no man's gonna want to be with that. The only type of man she will get, if she gets a man, is one that was going to use her. So it'll be yes. Get her in bed one time, peace, or someone that might tear her upside the head because she keeps complaining, right? She wants a yes man or something. I don't know what she's trying to do. Like, yo, she needs to go and learn something.
Right. I feel you.
I don't know if I said as clearly as I tried, and as much as I've been coughing today, I'm surprised I haven't coughed up until now.
That's
but,
what frustration will make you
like
immune.
Yo.
Yeah.
Like,
But no, everything you said made sense.
yeah, I like to think so, but it's like, yo, just go and learn something. Like, you're coming back to the show. You're like, I think Kite said she's like quadrupling down on what she's been saying, and then you want to still trying to argue with the host on his platform and his wife's platform. Like, what's your real objective here? Are you trying to find love, or are you looking for clout? Because if you're trying to find love, you're definitely not going to get it until you change something about yourself.
Right.
And if your objective is just, to chase clout, well, it's not that good kind that she's getting right now. So, lose-lose situation.
Right.
Right.
I'm done.
Hey, thank you for your patience, Nitro, and I hope you get better, man. Take some medicine, get some good sleep, man. Thank you so much for sharing.
On that OJ.
Yes, sir. All right. Poetical or Lil Puddin', whichever one wants to say their thing. Come on, let's do it.
All right, folks. So we can get close to wrapping this up. First of all, I'm gonna say it's irritating. It irritated me to listen to her like it did for a lot of people. One of the main reasons is I'm gonna be honest, she's a very attractive sister. She's a very attractive woman. But as soon as she starts opening her mouth, that all just kind of evaporate. It disappears. She's doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the nonsense that she's been saying. Right. She comes off as a little bit bratty. She comes off as a little bit entitled. I mean, to be on BM and Arlette platform and to, just kind of like come on there and like you want to run things and you want to steer the ship. Like, hold on. This is their platform. They gave you an opportunity to come and find love. You're rejecting every man left and right. If it ain't because of teeth, it's because of hair, it's because of height, it's because of this, that, and the third. And these same men that you rejected, now you want them to go on other platforms and podcasts, and you want them to basically cape up for you after you done diss them. Like, where they do that at? Like, that to me is just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, she just kind of became like the honorary spokeswoman for her group that was on the show, and there was other people that could have basically talked better, like Tiffany, who ended up being the one that made the most sense out of everybody there. I mean, you could see how she moves. You can see how she handles herself, because she was like taking you out of this group chat. She separated herself away from these women very quickly, which should let you know something about how she operates, or at least let you know that she probably peeped game on how they work as a collective of women that was like, I want no part of this. Like, as if she doesn't get scrutinized enough for being a exotic dancer. So she already knows how to separate herself from these things, and not to be around certain type of women like her who don't want to take accountability for what they're doing, and who just wants to be entitled, and who basically kind of like shun men and do what they do. So, I mean, again, it was very irritating to hear her talk. I don't know why she talked as much. I mean, I guess other people didn't want to say too much, or didn't want to overshadow her, or whatever the case may be. But she just kept digging her hole deeper and deeper and deeper every time she talked. And again, just doubling, tripling down on the nonsense that she was saying. It's like, oh, you so protect Black women. I mean, the guys are speaking on their experience. Again, are you protecting Black men by embarrassing them on their platform, talking about their teeth, or kind of, talking kind of crazy about them on the platform where it was protect Black men? No, it's a one-way street. You want protection for y'all, but you're not gonna give the same equal respect on the other side. Like, come on, let's
Come on, just let's stop it. That's crazy work right there. So, I mean, overall, I wish her the best because she was complaining about the internet and people talking crazy or whatever. But she been talking crazy on all these episodes of Pop the Balloon. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Yes, sir. Good job, Poetical. Yep. He was talking his talk. All right, Lil Pudding Pop. Go ahead, talk your talk.
My turn? Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear me fine?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Thanks for having me. I wrote some bullet points down on the thing. I hope I won't be too long. But as far as Ish going with her whole segment, I just find her very dishonest with her whole stigma. She disqualified TJ based on the last guy who she mistaken for his height, claimed that he wasn't, what it was. And then she wanted to pop on TJ because of his fit. No, you're basing his height based and the mistakes on the last guy. And it's not his fault. He dresses how he wants to dress and it's cool enough, but the stigmatizing somebody else because of it, lying because of height, if that's the whole case and issue, the whole problem, you might as well change that whole white background for Arlette's channel and have one of the police precinct's heights counted out on the board. We can just solve that all right there. Everybody heard like the whole truth and what she really said, but she wanted to cover up with a lie, saying it's his pants. No, it's the height, and then you want to be caught up in the lie. So she tried to backtrack that. Also, she expected apologies from the guys who she herself just popped on them, and try to give them backhanded, compliments and think that they're gonna be, protected. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like what you wear, and everything. It's how her demeanor came up across into the show. She set the tone. How she wants to present herself. Are you gonna be a fraud today, or are you gonna be a nice, genuine person for the rest of the show? Come as who you are, and the rest is history. Don't be, mean. Don't be, entitled, thinking that, oh, they're gonna save me because I'm such a good woman. I'm this and that. I'm the whole package. Sometimes you got to take a look at yourself in the mirror, and think really about, your whole attitude, who you are as a person.
Right.
Right. And another point that I wanted to make was, if she thinks that she's going to get the man from Detroit coming out all the way to Phoenix, there's not going to be a high probable chance she's going to find someone that of the same caliber of her state or anything. So it's kudos to BM. I honestly like to quote from you, like the whole slapping sound. Look at you. You're messing up my show. Get out of here. So, there are plenty of Pop the Balloons she can go on to. There's Pop a Balloon Detroit. She can stick with that. But I guess, Arlette's popping. She's very popular. She has a whole demure. I know Alex hates that word, but she has a candid. She has a candid, set in behavior that everyone likes to enjoy. So I guess Ish wants to join on to that show just for clout and DMs popping, there's no need for validations for the guys. They did their best. And what's more to say about that, if the validation you're not getting from your DMs aren't enough, why should it care about the other guys? They weren't disrespectful, they were candid and cordial, and there's no need for tit for tat. Be as you are. And that's that.
Good job. Thank you for sharing with us. All right. Some good. I'm liking all the people that came up today. And then we're gonna bring up this last group after Mr. Yankee, and then we're gonna end it off. Mr. Yankee, go ahead.
Okay, how should I put this, man? Ish. Okay. First and foremost, Detroit is just a city.
Right.
Where she's from is from Southfield. Southfield, Michigan is a township that surrounds in Detroit, or we like to call it Metro Detroit. There's a big difference. Detroit as a city is an inner city, and Southfield is a black suburb that is outside the city, which is in Metro Detroit. So now that we got that clarified, I am from Detroit by way of a township called Highland Park, which is a small inner city of Detroit. So to review and to clarify, we don't claim her. We do not claim her. We do not claim Ish. Here's the reason why. Because Ish, if y'all really pay attention, especially KiteZz, you know where I'm about to go with this. You already know where I'm about to go with this. We got Ish, we got Angelique, and we got Haitian Barbie. Let's put those three suspects in perspective, shall we? Okay. Yep. And you're gonna know where I'm gonna go with this. One of those three did something to someone that was on a reunion that literally messed up, and one of them was on the reunion, the other one was not. One got picked, the other one didn't. The other one did not. And there was some stuff about that. If you watch the other video, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna just call a spade, let you have his game. One of those three, but I'm leaning to Ish. She dry snitched on Roe. Point blank period. She dry snitched on Roe. Blatantly, indirectly, or somehow. She dry snitched on Roe in that chat. In that chat. Expose her, because how did anybody know that she had a sugar daddy that was, I forgot where he's from. Where was he from? KiteZz?
Nigeria.
A Nigerian sugar daddy.
Yeah, Nigerian sugar daddy. That cocoa daddy, man. So only her, because her, I think that was the main thing that exposed her, because who was the next good looking girl in the whole clique that was somewhat competition? Her. And then, to be honest, was an old boy who matched with her, who was old boy that matched with Roe. I forgot his name.
Oh, Cliff.
The one that. Yeah. Cliff was already discombobulated, and he was in the chat, but he was observing in the chat. So he pretty much wanted to get with her, but you already know how she was playing her cards. Then on the show, Ish trying to judge Rob. Come after him because he can date outside his race. He doesn't have to be. He's not falling for the Kool-Aid of him just staying with one race and stuff like that. I'm wholeheartedly with Ryan. Tavarius really disappointed me. That boy disappointed me, and it's a damn shame that he's about to mess up a good thing. That's Tiffany, because Tiffany is on the cusp of not becoming a dancer at all. Her personality is going to outshine that dancing thing. She's going to find something better and bigger, and somebody's going to appreciate her the way she, like a real man should. Now, that being said, I said that it was an episode of Misery in the comments. Look for that. But if you look on that video, do you notice how Tiffany and Johiko, every time they was spreading positive about the men on the show, she always either flipped her hair or turn her eye, or do a cold switch, or her eyes was twitching, or she did this. If you notice that video, man, she is okay. How should I put this? There's certain people in Southfield that think that shit don't stink and people should smell it like flowers. I'm not that one.
Right.
And then on top of that, she made us look bad. That's what really pisses me off, because I'm from here, and she making us look bad. And that's a bad thing, because we already get flack from every other city and every other continent and every other race, nationality, calling this the toilet bowl of the United States, which is sad.
Right.
It's freaking sad. But I digress and get off to a tangent. But my point of the matter is, though, for one, she has the unmitigated gall to go on a platform because she couldn't find the man that she wanted, that she thinks that she deserves. She goes after the people who created the platform to try to get her a better job. That's like me going to somebody's. She did a damn Dave Chappelle. She did a Dave Chappelle Rick James version, like fuck F your couch, bro. F your couch. She did F your couch. No, you get the heck out. You get the heck out. No, I want to say what I want to say, but I'm trying to keep it PG, and I know it's going on 12. I ain't trying to go there because I'm trying to keep a little piece of Christianity in my soul.
Yes, sir.
It's
Keep
Friday.
it clean. Keep it clean.
But anyway, I'm just gonna say it like this, man. You had the nerve to go into somebody's house. They invited you into your house, and you mad because they didn't cook the food that you wanted to cook. Bring your own food. Matter of fact, get out and go and buy your own food. Get the heck out. That's how I feel. And you have the unmitigated gall after you said all the vile and venom that you spit on all the men, and you have the audacity to have us fend for you because you getting attacked. No, if you got thick skin, if you can talk your talk, you better back it up.
Right.
That's why I know she's struggling. Because the main thing about it is, if you're a woman that holds on business, or so they say, stands on business, you can't even stand a foot to last long. Why would I want you in my court?
Right.
If you can't hold your own business down, that's something about you.
Right.
That's something that's wrong with you. Nobody needs. And Johiko hit the nail on the head. If you that confident in your own skin, you shouldn't have nobody stand for you. You stand for yourself.
Right.
And that's the whole point. Because Johiko try to and then it's trying to put Haitian Barbie and them two, and they the three. I call them three stooges. You got Angelique, Haitian Barbie, and Ish. Ish is the epicenter. She's Mo. She's Mo.
No. He called her Mo.
No, she's right. Because the main thing about it is Mo's trying to be the leader. He knows how to maneuver. And she tried to how should I put it? She tried to gaslight everybody so that way get on bro's side because he dated outside of his race and then try to make an issue. If you look on that video, she said, yeah, he did. I'm like, what the heck? What is that got to do with anything that we're talking about right now? He has the right to do that. Right. And just because you wanted somebody to you wanted to have preference, but yet we can't have none. That's like, oh, well, you can look good, you can stay there, be quiet, don't do this, just give me my such and such, fill in blank, and stay to the corner. That's not right. And then what's the name even put forward that card about it being a double standard? Which if you look at her reaction on that, she started trying to unphase that. Try to dismiss that. That was just sad. And the main thing about it is, I hate to say this, but the type of women like that happens every day where I come from.
Unfortunately.
And then they get with the wrong one. And 9 out of 10, it's gonna be worse come next year. I'll tell you like this: if she gets pregnant, man, you talk about a woman that's jaded. Oh yeah, ever have no fear when a woman's scoring, and if she got to get with the wrong one, and she had all this going on, that's gonna be she's gonna be worse off. That's a cold place. I wouldn't want to be 10 feet in there. That's a napalm bomb waiting to happen.
Okay.
That's a napalm bomb waiting to happen.
Hey, Mr. Yankee. Hey, gang. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I don't mean to cut you off of your thing. I don't mean to cut you off your thing because we got 8 people and then we gotta finish it up. So I'm about to drag everybody up.
I'm about to close, man. We need to move on here, man, because I get some sleep. But I have to close, man, because don't put that in Detroit. That's Southfield. That's different.
Right.
Good night, y'all.
Good night,
Good
man.
night.
Shout out to you, man. All right, y'all. All you
For
last
sure.
people, get y'all final thoughts, final little things out, so we can wrap this up. Your boy tired. My eyes look like I got black eyes or something. But it's my glasses. My glasses got shade tints.
Who want to go first?
All
I'll
right.
go first. So I can't believe you guys are still here. It's 4:47 over here. I'm starting my last session. I just want to say something about girl groups and all that. Look, mate, every girlfriend is not going to tolerate your nonsense. I don't have those kinds of girlfriends, right? I have girlfriends that are married. I have girlfriends that are single. I really, you have to understand too, it depends on your culture. So if I tell your wife something, I don't know, you guys get into a fight, and I see this on social media with certain ladies in the States, you know, if I tell you, hey, you need to divorce him immediately and you need to leave right now, the kind of culture I come from, I'm going to have to deal with your husband's sister, first cousins, mother, God. No, absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. You know, we tell you to fight it out, right? Granted, you're not putting hands on each other, but fight it out. But everyone isn't going to tolerate your nonsense, man. You know, and also, I think stateside, you guys have to start owning some of your nonsense. You raise your children in a particular way. Your system is a particular way. The reason why a girl can come on social media or a woman can come on social media and say some of these very incredible things, it's a culture as well. You know, other parts of the world, you have beautiful women. You don't see them do that because of the consequences that come with that, right? When you come from cultures where the consequences hit your parents, your siblings, your neighbors, you move really, really different, right? You move really, really different. And so I think that's what you're seeing. But dating is hard for everyone. Honestly, dating is hard for everyone. But I think people just need to be really, really honest with what you want, what you need, and what you know you cannot tolerate. You know, if you're with someone who's a God-fearing person, you know they're Christian. You know every Sunday they're going to go to church. They might even go to church twice a week. Don't pretend to be something you're not. You know, don't read 3 verses in the Holy Bible and then use it as a way to, I don't know, appear a way. You know what I mean? And then when it comes down to it, you don't look at the Holy Bible for your answers. You look at social media. You look for everything.
Talk about it.
So I think that's why. I think that's
don't
why
be deceptive.
Yeah, like goodness, you know, if you want a pastor's son, darling, be very honest. Like, did you behave like you could be a pastor's in-law? Like, I don't know about you guys, but in my 20s, I was rebellious. So I have no business being around a pastor's anybody, a imam's anybody, you know.
No,
I know
what you're
that,
saying.
and I respect you enough to bow out. But before I let you guys go, there's this thing where people are talking about over here a lot, the commodification of the individual. And this is to say that when people get on social media, that in itself has its own commodity. So you can say the most insane thing. You can be the most disrespectful to your race, your anything. It doesn't matter. The point is you have a social media channel, right?
Right.
So if people are going to come onto the social media channel, you're fed in that way. That is the currency. The currency is just to commodify yourself, right?
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what you say, right? And this notion about being loyal to your race, yeah, that's nice and all, but I've met a lot of Klansmen that look like my father. My dad is a Black American. You know, if you want loyalty from your people, this is not McDonald's. You don't get to pick and choose a need that you think will grow. You're with your people all the time, not sometime.
Right.
Here in the UK, man, I'm telling you, there are some Black people here that will make you scream bloody murder.
All right, let me say my piece. All right, let me say my piece. All I'm gonna say is, if You said what now? Oh, all I'm gonna say is, if you're good in your heart, you closer to God, and if you evil, you closer to the devil. I'm gonna just digest that. But okay, I'm gonna take the comments off on when I get off. What's like old boy said? What's up with this Haitian doll relating and comparing everybody that comes across to her to her family? Like she don't want to. I don't know. It was a little weird. I mean, it was just.
I'm glad you spoke on that because that irritated me too. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Y'all can speak on that. I just want to put that out there, and see.
So,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna say this real quick.
Yeah, wrap it up. Your boy tired.
No, I'm gonna answer.
I'm tired, people. Come on.
I know, Charlie. I'm trying. I know. I got you. I'm gonna say my points real quick, real syllabus style. To answer your question, why the Haitian dolls say why everybody look like our family? That is a piss poor backdoor way of saying I'm not attracted to you. Women will find any and all kind of quote unquote creative ways to say they're not attractive to you, but because they don't want to get ousted by society or the internet or whatever, they try to keep it, as they like to say, keep it cute. Nah, shorty, just tell me what it is. I've treated Haitian doll on her Instagram and we had a back and forth, but whatever. That's not even nor there. Anyway, that's what that is. Each and Haitian doll bigging each other up on their nonsense just goes to show they have learned nothing, and they will continue to be stagnant, and they will continue to be single. And like I said with Kevin Samuels, get a dog and die alone. That's what's gonna happen.
Ouch. But like
to go to my man Yankee. I know he gone now. My Three Stooges joke. I was so gonna use that before he said it. I promise you. But I agree with everything he was saying. But especially this one. You know what I see? I see a panel of children arguing over nonsense, bickering like 5-year-olds.
Say that again, Doc.
I don't owe you.
Say that again.
I said when I look at these reunions, I see a panel of children arguing over nothing. Shorty, I don't know you from a can of paint. We're not really friends. We're more so associates or acquaintances. I don't owe you anything. So when she said the whole thing of, oh, black women not protected, oh, y'all didn't defend us. Well, number one, you're an adult. Defend yourself. Number two, you on here for attention and clout. When women like you who are self-absorbed and vain and think that the world revolves around them, comments, because you got people in your comments and your DMs gassing your head up, and that's feeding your ego, and then when you get a dose of reality, now it's, oh, woe is me, y'all didn't defend me, oh, boo hoo hoo. You know what that reminds me of? Remember in Avatar when Azula got betrayed by Ty Lee and May, and she started having a nervous breakdown? That's the same thing. You get a taste of your own medicine. You looking beyond the rose-colored glasses. Shorty, you cute, but you're not that cute. I promise you, you're not. Promise you. And just sad that we gotta sit here. I'm gonna say something. It's sad that we gotta sit here.
Hey man. You just segued 3 times, gang. Look, y'all not being look, y'all not thinking about this.
I know.
This is a 4-hour video, bro. I gotta edit this, dog.
I know.
I've been patient.
Listen. I relate to your pain. I just got off work and I was in the ditch for 2 hours, so trust me, I understand how you feel. But this is my last one. I'm done. It's really sad. It's really sad and really pathetic. Instead of us championing and, man, everybody got a match, even though they out here spreading black love. Yeah, that's right. Instead of us saying that, we sitting up here and we're criticizing and we're judging and basically chastising people for the most frivolous, childish things ever. You people don't come on here for love. You people don't come here for relationship. You come here for your 15 seconds of fame because you're nobody in real life. You have no personality. You have nothing going on for yourself. So instead, you say, I'm gonna go to this platform and I'm gonna make a buffoon out of myself. But because I'm gonna get talked about and it's gonna get viewed, That's all that matters, and that's what I've come to realize. And I salute BM and Arlette. I salute BM and Arlette. I couldn't do it. If I was on the show and I had to host this, I gotta have a bottle of bourbon with me because there's no way in the world I can go through this soap. There's no way where I can. I know BM be ready to tear his hair out listening to this nonsense. Like when he treated Ish, I was like, there you go, BM. There you go. All that was playing in my head when he was talking to him was like, yeah, look at you.
The African slaps, man.
But anyway, I'm done. That was my 15 minutes. I'm done.
Right.
Yeah, she like it.
I'm gonna make my point real quick.
But I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my point real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The issue with Ish isn't the problem is she's got so many simps and beta males who give her the world when she first meets her. So she's not used to traveling after man because she's used to man traveling to her. She's used to man DMing her and doing all this extra stuff for her. So this is the product of men going out of their way. And this is the product of that. And I want you men to really think about that. Anytime you take women out to eat on these fancy dinners, I'm talking about thousands of dollars. This is the product. This is what you get.
Sorry.
Right there, women like that.
Yeah, and
the
I want to.
Frankenstein that you guys create is women like her. Just being honest.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna keep this short, sweet, and straight to the point. For me, since I've dated both races, I've dated black girls and I've dated white girls. Do I have a preference? Yes. Do I prefer one over the other? Sure. Have I been treated by one over the other? Sure. But what I'm not about to do is go on a show that's really popular and just blowing up and start exposing the fact that, how do I even say this? And exposing the fact that a certain array.
Take your time.
I lost my train of thought.
Take your time. You're not going to make to the point that a certain race is better than the other.
Yes, that's where I was going for.
Okay.
Thanks. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm sick of it. I really am.
Right.
Because I feel like they're pitting one race over the other, if that makes any sense. And at this point, it's 2024. Like, grow up.
Right. No, I agree.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here so you don't crash out. And
No,
plus, I gotta get
you're good. You're good. I don't want you to feel like.
I'm
good. I'm good. I just want to make sure everybody get their piece. Tyler, go ahead, gang. Or don't at me, either one of y'all. Whichever one has your mic ready, go ahead.
I bet since Tyler might have mic issues at the moment, I'll start us off. Try to be quick with this. About Ish, I just felt that she didn't portray herself very well. It kind of gave off that she lacked accountability. She was a little argumentative and entitled. She was just looking for excuses throughout the whole thing. She was even arguing about how they ran their show. To protect black women, I thought that was a little bit of a cop-out. I thought she was just trying to use that to kind of change the narrative. Because there's an example on the reunion of hypocrisy right there. So Angelique, for the tall dark-skinned guy, she basically portrayed him as a creep. And you can imagine what the damage that might have done to his reputation in real life. And no one came out to defend his character, even though they all knew him after the show. But no one said anything about that. That's my part on Ish. The standout for me actually was TJ. I felt like he gave off Derek Jackson, Drake type vibes. He's trying to appeal to women, and he's like one of those types that'll do women dirty because they think they're safe around him type deal. And I got this feeling, because it was mainly that the nail in the coffin for me was the way his interaction with Tiffany and how he interacted with the guys about the group chat. So there's Tiffany's definitely trying to get chose. She's saying all the right things. She's defending him. She's coming out on his side. She portrayed herself very well. TJ, on the other hand, he said things that kind of make him seem appealing to more women outside of Tiffany. And then the group chat thing, he said he left the group chat I'm still not entirely sure when he left the group chat because he changed that like 3 times. He said he found out that they got upset with the guys, and his only thing was, why'd you guys upset them? And then he left. And then as a professor, not only did he misquote what was said by the guys, he misrepresented and mischaracterized what they did by trying to throw in the white women. And what was the second one? Oh, the double them back. I had to go rewatch that to make sure I wasn't wrong about that. But yeah, he definitely gave off sneaky vibes. And that is my final thoughts. Thank you guys for having me. Love what you guys are doing.
Hey, appreciate you, Gengi. Tyler, go ahead, finish it up, man.
The only thing I was gonna say is that she reminds me of, like, you know, us black men. We always taught to protect our black females. We have sisters, aunts, mothers, etc. But I think the problem with her is that she got married. Nobody wanted to defend her, but she gotta understand is that it's the way you talk to us. Like, when you try to degrade black men, we have an issue with that, and we're not gonna forget that. And I just think that she just felt like, wow, like, I'm a black woman, and I'm sure, like, it was your mother or your sister or your aunt's grandmother. Y'all be ready to protect them, but you don't want to protect me. But she gotta understand, when she disrespect the black man, nobody's gonna want to protect you. And so that's all I had to say. Good night.
Thanks, Tyler.
We appreciate you, Tyler. Smiley, you got something to say, man? You better finish it off.
Yeah, I just want to finish it off.
Go ahead, man.
I appreciate everybody for talking, and I love everybody. And the last thing I got to say, this is the only final thing. Black is beautiful. Never forget that. That's all I got to say. And good night to y'all.
Hey, and this concludes the episode 4 of the Flock Talk. I want to thank everybody that was watching in the stream. I want to thank everybody that gave the super chats. Shout out to Zeus Titan, Monet. Shout out to Rollo. Shout out to everybody that decided to speak up today. We are going to try to keep this up every single week consistently. I know this one was long, but it's all good. We're going to have more people, so I expect the segments to get longer and longer, which is fine. I'm only tired because I've been up since 4 a.m., so that's why. Other than that, I'm going to do better. I'll probably take a nap before I do this. That's on me, but we had to record today. I had stuff to do. But at the end of the day, don't forget, this video gets posted tomorrow. Go ahead, leave a nice comment. Go ahead, like the video, because the more you guys support Flock Talk, the more success that comes to it, the more often we can start doing it, and I can start doing other types of things for the community, because we do have community things we want to do, like the Bible studies and all that. So please support the content. Otherwise, if nobody supports the content, we don't have the way to push it out. Because right now, even though we're doing a live stream, besides the super chats, me and Alex are not getting paid for this live stream, just because that's how it works. So this was basically us just working 5 hours to make the content. You feel me? So love you guys. Hey, keep God in your life. Keep God first. Alex, go ahead, close us out. Say your things, and then we gonna end the Flock Talk.
Oh no, I appreciate all y'all for coming in and joining, and I appreciate everybody for speaking. Those that spoke, on the stage, and those that spoke in the chats. I appreciate everybody on YouTube watching live. I know it's late for everybody, so we just thank y'all for your time and all the love and support. We see all your comments, we see all the engagement and stuff, we see all the support, and we really appreciate y'all, like, for real.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.